Coming to you from the heart of Kingsville, Maryland,
A place where the beer flows like wine.
deep inside the torture chambers of producer Mike, Big Timing Comedy presents Paco's Got Balls, featuring the founders and pioneers of big timing comedy, Stefan Subatic
I'm your Huckleberry.
and Eric Joliger.
100 push-ups in 20 minutes!
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride.
I want to jerk the wheel and the goddamn bridge in Pundit.
Did he give us the thumbs up? Did I miss it? I was looking down.
You're fucking A right, he did.
God damn right. We're back.
Don't ever do that again.
We're back on the airwaves.
Don't you scream into the microphone like that.
You already did it once.
Big things come in small packages.
Yes, they do.
Well, happy holidays, loyal listeners.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah.
Chanukah, I think is how it's
Happy Chanukah. Merry Kwanzaa to some of our African listeners.
Yes.
Give me another one, Jeremy.
What's the Seinfeld one?
Festivus.
Festivus.
A Festivus for the rest of
That's
us.
right. Just
Which the Ravens will not be tasting this year. Remember that was the code word for the Super Bowl back when Billick was the coach. They called it Festivus. They couldn't say the word Super Bowl.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
taboo. It was not a good thing.
He wouldn't let people start talking about it.
All right. Well, let's kick this thing off with our sponsorships here.
Absolutely.
You ready for this?
Yes, I am.
So we have the UPS store at Canton Crossing Shopping Center.
I love them.
Yeah, they do great work.
They do great work. Joe and Emily are fantastic. Love going in there. They want to make sure that you all know to get the old shipping guarantee on your packages. So
Guarantee.
Yeah. So if anything happens to it, you get your money back.
UPS. I put that on everything.
But we also use them for our printing needs. And they also have post office boxes there. I just had a friend at work tell me that he had about $1,500 worth of items lifted off of his doorstep down in that part of town, and he could have solved that with a P.O. box at the UPS store.
I always assume anybody with a P.O. box is shady. Is that wrong?
Yes. No,
That's
not
that's
wrong.
racist.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I think if you're like a business or hey, you know,
It's racist against Germans.
Like when I was a kid, toys, like you could win like toys if you sent in certain like
at the North Pole?
box tops from cereal boxes. You had to mail them to a P.O. box. Those are the only people that had P.O. boxes.
No.
Businesses.
If you sent a payment to your credit card company, it would
Does
go to
Santa have a
box.
P.O. box?
He doesn't need a P.O. box.
Santa
He
Claus,
works off
North
magic,
Pole.
my friend.
We're referencing our guest, Mr. Jeremy Hall's height.
How tall are you, Jeremy?
4'11". Thank you very much.
4'11"? How big's your dick, though?
Don't ask personal questions on the air, buddy.
Is it how's the air? Because I'm 6'2".
why not?
How is the air? Is it like really thick and luscious down there?
No, it's kind of smoggy, to be honest.
It's
I
what?
feel like I get more smog.
Smog?
Smog.
In your pants?
Ass small?
No. Just down at my
Probably.
breathing level.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
All your armpits and asses are waving right ones out.
Well, if you kept your nose out of asses, I think you'd solve a lot of your
Good
problems.
luck at getting me to do that.
Oh, man.
So sorry, we sidetracked slightly there. We got all excited
Hey,
about
the
our
UPS
guest
store is
here.
awesome, though.
Yeah,
They sure
yeah.
are.
UPS store. The other thing that we need to continue to mention is, and this is where I have to say two phrases for this because Tommy has got me all fucked up in the head on it.
Which Tommy's got you fucked up?
Simbazo.
Is there another Tommy?
Yeah, Boyle was on this show.
Tommy
Tom
Boyle.
was on the show?
Yeah, we have a loyal listener. You know Tom.
Of course I know
He
Tom.
won.
I
He
love
won a
Tom.
contest.
And his dog, Peanut.
Peanut, yeah.
Yep,
Peanut.
Peanut. So become a patron or Patreon. Jeremy, do you have a correct?
I'd
way
say
it-
patron.
That's how it's spelled.
I think Tommy was, I looked it up, I think he was talking about a different program.
It is. It's a different program,
Tommy's
and
smart.
they call it Patreon. And he's not wrong. It was spelled the way he said with the E's mixed in there.
Yeah.
But our our program, Podbean.
It's
It's
Patron.
Patron.
Yeah.
Patron.
So Tommy Sambazo's a fucking liar.
As in patron of podcasts.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you
There you
Thank you.
go. Buy it.
So yeah, if you basically become a member or a patron, if you will, for a single $1 a month, which actually I don't even think you can feed an African child for that small amount.
You can't. I've tried.
Yeah. So
It's weird.
$1 a month, and you could win some cool prizes. But most importantly, as the new year ramps up, we're going to start offering special podcast episodes to patrons only.
Wait.
So you're gonna record these in secrecy?
I don't know. Yeah,
Yep.
sure.
Wow.
See that tiny
it's-
little closet right
It's
there?
so
Yeah.
it's,
I have to take the neon sign down.
It's so secret. I don't even know about it.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if he does. He's always late.
That's right. One thing's rest assured, I won't be here on time.
And that's just $1 a month.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great deal.
What a deal!
Absolutely.
Wow, Eric, what a deal! Tell us more about it.
And it won't break down. And it will slice and dice in 30 different ways.
Oh my God!
Mm-hmm.
How about that, Ron Papil? Would you buy that?
I would.
Yeah.
So
Just set it and
But only if
Boom.
But only if
Forget it.
Steve Bryant's
Forget it.
pitching it.
So in addition, that'll help us improve the quality of this podcast. You know, we want to do high resolution video feeds,
Yep,
better
we want-
sound
we
equipment.
want new microphones.
We've got the microphones, but
I want a new microphone. You're the only one that got a new one.
By the way, do
You're-
I get to
you
take
already
this
had-
home?
It's the
with me?
same
You
thing.
already had
Knucklehead.
this.
Yeah, but
Do you need bling on yours?
Yeah, I want some crusty diamonds or something crusty.
He wants it made
could-
of black
we could-
ceramic
we
with
could-
real diamonds.
We
That's
can
exactly
bedazzle that
right.
one for you if
I
you
would
would
like
like.
that. Yeah.
Okay. We'll do that.
Gold plated for him.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Diva.
we've already got Joey. I got his real middle name, Joey Ray Fuck Machine Todd.
That's a great name.
I'm sorry. What?
Remember Joey Todd? Joey Fuck Machine Todd.
I didn't remember the fuck machine part.
That was Tommy Simbazo said that. I think he called him.
Oh, he
the
called
fuck-
him.
No,
fuck
it was
machine.
you.
I
You
can't
called
remember.
him that.
Everything's
It was
stream
you.
of consciousness
It
on
was
this
you.
show.
I took that down. I wrote that down.
Okay, I
But-
remember
but-
his name
but I
because he
got
had
his-
two first names.
I got it. His middle name is Ray. So
He's got he really does have three first names. That's a bad motherfucker right
Yep.
there.
Yep. But he works for B&B Music, and they're already starting to line us up with some good equipment that we're adding to our wish list.
Great.
So
Great.
so,
Will
yeah.
$1 a month help cover that?
With enough patrons, yes.
Awesome.
So you have
we just
1,000
need-
patrons.
We just need volume. We need volume to
That's
keep this thing going.
$900 a month.
We also want to get some equipment to help Mike edge him towards doing on-site recordings, which he is very much against.
Yeah, like
but
we
we're
want-
gonna get him there.
He has to leave the house.
I don't like people.
Yeah. What
We're
if it
leaving.
Was, what if it was at Scores, Mike?
Nah.
I got friends at Scores that wanted us to set up and record there.
Nah.
Come on.
Rar Brewery, they're interested in us doing it on-site. That'd be fun during one of their big
I'd
beer
do it anywhere.
openings. Oh, I know.
I'd talk anywhere.
But we need some good equipment that's mobile, if you will.
All right, quit begging. Let's move on.
I'm not begging. You're begging.
Donate.
Did you say donut?
Donate.
Oh,
So yeah, and then the old Nectar sunglasses, typical.
of course.
25% off. Use the code comedy at checkout.
Comedy, hot, buttery sunglasses.
Matt Cannon actually he did the what was it, the Easter egg hunt, if you will, and he
What do you
found
wait? You're using if you will again. What is? What was? Was it an Easter egg?
Easter
hunt?
egg hunt, if you will. It was
What if
like
he
an
won't?
Easter egg hunt.
What if he
right.
won't?
I don't think that means what you think it means.
It does. It's if you will believe. It's an idiom. It's
It-
idiom.
but it-
idiom,
but
and I'm
it-
using it correctly.
But it implies that you mean something else.
No, it
Yeah,
doesn't.
and whatnot.
yeah,
does
and
not
whatnot and
mean-
what have you.
It doesn't mean.
Look, irregardless.
Irregardless of this topic, so it was an Easter egg hunt. I'm
It
still
was, I
confused.
said it was like an Easter egg hunt.
and so, but then what was it?
It was a. Oh, what?
I don't know what you're implying.
Scavenger. It was
Oh.
a scavenger hunt. So
Okay.
my idiom worked exactly as
No,
it
it
should have.
didn't. That's fine.
You just. What did you just say?
There's
I
a
just said
big
no, it
difference
didn't.
between a scavenger hunt and an Easter
Thank
egg
you,
hunt.
thank you. It's not if you
You're
will.
not
It's
looking
if you
for
won't.
fucking little eggs.
I
in a
will
garden.
not. I will not. How's that?
Each find leads you to the next find.
I will fucking not. How's
Fucking-
that?
I fucking hate you.
Well, it's the God's honest truth.
All right.
I don't want you to sound like a fool. All right. I
Well,
care about
it's
you.
too late.
I care about you. We're gonna correct it now, if you will.
All right. Okay. Tequila for the evening.
Yes.
Trumba. Trumba?
Is that the guy from the Orioles? Dave
Trumba.
Trumba?
Isn't that TR?
Mark Trumba?
Is that TRU?
It's Trumbo, not Trumba.
Trumbo.
Who won't play here next year? And it's a U too. This is Trumba.
Trumba. It's it means whirlwind. Whirlwind is the translation.
It's a very nice bottle.
And I don't know. You tell me, Stefan. Does it?
Yes, it is, Jeremy.
Does it taste? It says fruit of the blue-green beauty of the Highlands of Mexico.
That's exactly what
Mexico
I taste.
has highlands?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, am I thinking flat desert?
The Highlands of Mexico are 6 feet off the ground.
They're really just anthills.
Yeah.
It's capitalized too.
Five
so.
cactuses
The
together.
Highlands of Mexico are a wall that Trump built. It's the highest point in all of Mexico.
Oh boy. All right, I think we could officially start the show now.
Yeah, it's a good tequila. I like this one already.
It's all right. Yeah, it's not bad. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it's clear. Tastes like alcohol.
It's kind of cheap.
Yeah. It's no Clooney. It's no Clooney, but it's good.
Casamigos.
I think that was my favorite one so
far. It actually is really
you guys
good.
try a different vodka on every.
No, it's tequila, but thank you for playing.
There's a difference.
Jeremy, you're the sober one. I don't understand. You guys have a different vodka every episode, or already corrected him twice.
Tequila comes from Mexico.
We had a whole conversation about it.
But I
before
mean,
I know, and vodka comes from Russia.
So tell me about that vodka again.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, it's we do
Or
a different.
France.
We do.
You do not have George Clooney in your mouth.
No.
not tonight.
yeah, it's a whole episode.
That's an expensive.
Jeremy's
taste.
getting pissed. You don't like me busting your balls, do you?
No, you can bust them all you
I'm gonna
want.
bust them up.
Yeah,
We're just getting
bust
started
them.
about it.
I can't wait to see what the topics are for tonight.
We're just getting warmed up.
Oh, just easing you.
I
into
miss you
this.
guys.
Yeah, I miss
Miss
you
you
too.
too.
It's been a long time.
Sure has.
Yes, for the listeners, we used to. Jeremy was a part of the BTC crew there last
Yeah,
year.
and then he left us for a woman.
Yeah, god damn it.
I left my entire life for a woman.
But we were a part of that.
Yeah, but I think she's worth it.
So was my parents.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, Mike's totally in love with Missy.
Yes,
Can
he
we
is.
do some sort of like Richard? Remember the movie with Richard Gere and Woody
Pretty
Harrelson?
Woman?
Indecent Proposal.
What if I get her to like put lipstick on and kiss a beverage napkin and I mail it
Well,
to her?
yeah, we
Whatever.
could do that. Or I was thinking, is there like an amount of money or like an amount of Pink Floyd CDs that Mike could give you to kiss your girlfriend?
You know, I'm out of guitar picks. Do you have any extra guitar picks?
Ooh,
No.
he's a roadie.
Wow,
It's possible.
that's a pretty cheap price.
I was just asking if you had.
Yeah.
I
How
wonder
many-
I
how-
wonder how Missy's gonna feel.
How many guitar
I'm
picks?
going to be honest with you. There's a lot of men that love Missy.
I know. Let's get specific though. How many guitar picks? Okay, for Mike to kiss her hand. I want to know the currency.
There
Let's
aren't
start there.
enough guitar picks.
Just to kiss her hand?
Yep, nope.
You backed off of this
too
real
personal.
quick.
I'm territorial.
You backed off of this real quick.
Territorial.
I mean, this is a lot like the foot rub.
What if you could grow a foot for a foot taller for each kiss that Mike gave Missy on her hands?
If I could grow a foot taller, I mean.
And Mike kissed both her hands, and you're 6'9".
Yes.
You do it.
Yep.
All right, you hear that, Mike?
Yep.
Now
You
we
give
know-
me
you
some
know this-
inches, I'll let you kiss her hand.
Boom. How
You know
about that?
the secret sauce now.
But I get to watch.
Of course. Oh, you're a voyeur.
Just with hand kissing.
Just with hand kissing.
You know how hard it is to find hand kissing?
Just
women?
with hand kissing.
However, I can still get a hug for free.
Yes, you can.
And get some tongue in between those
Unfortunately, I
knuckles.
don't get a say so in that.
Get some tongue in between those knuckles, Mike.
delicious.
All right. Hi, Missy.
We love you. Got a room full of men that love you here.
Yep.
So we'll just kind of go down the Christmas route since it was just 2-3 days ago.
I love Christmas.
I know, it's so sad that it's over.
Yeah. Any good gifts that you gave or received?
Yeah. Actually, I gave Missy a ukulele.
Okay.
She's
Can she
always
play
wanted
it?
a ukulele. She's learning.
Like
In fact,
Tiny,
last night she played 2 chords, surprised me, and played 2 chords. A C and
like
an A
Tiny
minor.
Tim. Like
She's
Tiny Tim.
actually practicing.
Yeah, she's doing good.
Practice 20 minutes a day.
She's got this new thing she does in her comedy where she sings the Circle of Life song from Lion King.
Yep. Know it well.
All right. Well, she does this bit, and she's got this line in there where she sings the chorus, and the chorus is pink pajamas, penguins, and pajamas, because that's what it sounds like they're saying in the song. So I actually got her a pajama set, pink pajamas that have penguins on.
Nice.
Yeah.
How thoughtful.
Very
Wasn't it?
clever. Very
Did
clever.
Did she get you any gifts that came from punchlines from your jokes?
No, she didn't.
Yeah, it shows who's paying attention, right? That's fine.
She got me boxer briefs, if that's.
She's trying to lower your sperm count.
Yeah.
Totally sexy.
Yeah.
I love them, by the way. I've
Boxer
always been a
briefs?
boxer guy.
Oh, dude,
Always.
boxer briefs are the way to go.
I had nobody told me about.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It's like Calvin Klein is personally cuddling
Yeah.
my cock and balls.
fantastic.
It definitely.
24/7.
Yeah, it's a lot more. It's like more
there's
secure.
a-
It's like
There's
no
just-
matter how difficult life gets, it's like I'm not gonna let you go.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
He's
secure.
like an angel.
It's secured.
He's basically an angel.
Yeah.
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 It feels good.
That's why his name is on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I trust him now. By
He's
the way.
caring. He's a caring
Calvin
man.
Klein.
So do you have we've been asking for a couple episodes now, but this is the last one we can do it this year, but your top 3 Christmas movies. Starting at 3 and going up to your favorite.
All right. I guess at number 3, and, I never thought of this as a Christmas movie. My neighbor and friend brought it up and was like, "No, it's actually a Christmas movie. Die Hard."
Yeah.
Die Hard.
We're way ahead.
That's
of
been an ongoing
We
debate.
we had
We're way
that.
ahead of
I
you.
actually watched it the other day, and I am now on the
Yeah, it's a
wagon.
Christmas
It is
movie.
definitely a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
It
And I
is.
had the argument with my wife.
It's a Christmas movie.
Yippee-ki-yay, are you the
She's
Yankee
like, "This is an
cowboy?"
action movie. This is
It's
not a." And I'm like,
Christmas, so difficult here."
"We played the song that's in the beginning of it, where he's listening to it in the
I just like that Jeremy brought it back up because it lets me do my terrible Alan Rickman impressions.
Let me hear it. Because you look kind of like him.
Yeah, is this the Yankee cowboy?
Yeah, it's terrible. That's horrible.
Hello, I'm Professor Severus Snape. Mr. Potter.
He also doesn't have a penis in Dogma.
That's right.
Yippee-ki-yay, Yankee cowboy.
All right, so
So 3. That was number 3.
all right, number 3 is Die Hard. Number 2 would be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Great
It's hard
film.
not to love that.
Shitter's full.
Now-
Shitter's full.
This is number 1 for all time. The most moving Christmas movie is Love Actually.
I've never. Is that the one with Rick Grimes in it? The guy from.
Alan Rickman is in it,
Alan
is he
Rickman's
not?
in it. Holy sh! He's in 2 of my top 3, and he's dead. That's terrible.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about all the dead people. So
Oh, yeah.
he's one of them.
He's one of them.
He died.
I published a list today.
Love Actually. Is that the guy from Walking Dead's in that, isn't he? The
You
guy
know,
that
I've
plays
never
Rick
seen an
Grimes.
episode of Walking Dead.
Which character
The,
from
like the lead character. Andrew Lincoln is his name. I'm pretty sure he's.
I don't know.
It's all right. Why would you guys watch?
I'm not a big Walking Dead person.
I know it's only the highest rated show of all time. So.
Yeah. It's like once
tried.
once season
I tried.
3 hit and I hadn't seen an episode, it's like fuck it, I give up.
I
I'm
mean,
not
at this
catching
point,
up.
yeah, at this point, I'm pot committed. It's not the best show on TV. It was for a little while. It was good for a
Well,
little
how many
while.
seasons do they have?
6, 7. It's a never-ending zombie
way
show.
I'm
Yeah, see, that's the other thing too. Is it gets to a point where you just kind of
No, it drags.
recycling the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, it is. But I was a big fan of the zombie genre before it got super saturated.
You know what I saw the other day for the first time? World War Z. Like
It
I'd
wasn't
given
bad.
up
Actually-
on zombie
actually not
themed
bad.
things,
Yeah.
but that was
Wasn't
Not a
bad.
bad zombie movie.
You would be pissed if you read the book though, because the book was one
That's
of the
what
best.
everybody says
Thank
about
God
every
I'm
movie.
too ignorant to read.
But that one was one of the best things I've ever read. It was really, really good, and
I
they,
didn't know
and they
you
just
read.
butchered it. Yeah, some from time to time. Only
You know.
only nonfiction and historical fiction.
Top to bottom, left to right.
Yeah, I only read historical fiction and nonfiction.
Good to know.
I read the comics.
I also read comic books and graphic novels, and porno mags.
It's a good thing I bought you a fiction.
In headlines.
A fiction
And
novel.
Not news articles,
No,
just
just-
the headline.
Yeah, and I also like read. Like I used to when I worked at Sources, we had like all these old Penthouse magazines down there, and they'd have like the Penthouse letters.
You'd read those?
Oh yeah, they were fucking great, and they all had real vivid imagery. Like Tommy put his love pump into my fucking hot hole. It was sopping wet like a mop. It was real nice. Thanks for listening.
Meanwhile,
Jeremy's
you
coworkers.
could just whip out your phone and watch a video.
Want to say hi to your coworkers that are listening, and your clients and coworkers.
I had
You said you
clients
some
and
clients
coworkers.
yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
they're not listening now.
yeah. I wanted to welcome them, let them know what sort of podcast this is.
See what kind of people you really hang out with.
Yep.
He put his dick in my ear. Signed.
That was
Tina.
my pinky.
Yeah. And that was my first time at a strip club. Tina.
I think it's pronounced Tina.
Tina.
So yeah, I was kind of thinking it's the end of the year.
Yeah.
So, you got some of these top 10 list type things.
Yeah.
And
Don't make me do a top 10 list.
I'm not gonna. But I did want to kind of get an idea of what the most disliked word of 2016 was.
Trump.
No, actually.
That's he's probably right.
I didn't say it was mine. I'm just taking a guess.
So across the board, and we're talking multiple countries here, English word that I see that is disliked the most is moist. This
Yeah,
year.
I've heard. My
Everybody
wife hates
hates
that
the word moist. I don't mind it.
I don't mind.
I think that's a historically, and
Yeah.
because we're men, my wife hates that word.
Yeah.
And the world is more women than men now, right? So, or
Is
this-
it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like
I mean,
51 to 49.
The way that they're coming out, I mean, I'm not the only one that's having another one, but you've got a girl.
I've got a girl.
Um,
Jeremy married into a girl.
Yeah, he did.
I've got a girl.
You've got
You
a girl.
got a girl.
There you go.
Didn't Tom, isn't Tom?
Tom Boyle's
Tom
having a
Boyle's
girl.
having a girl?
Shit,
Tom
they are.
Boyle,
They're taking over the world.
Tom Boyle, by the way, who announced on our 2 episodes ago that he announced that he was pregnant on our podcast.
He's pregnant.
Yes.
Well, his wife or his
That's a
girlfriend
medical
is.
anomaly.
Not,
Yeah,
not
it's
Peanut.
like Junior.
Not Peanut.
It's like Junior. Anyway,
Oh, congrats, Tom. That's awesome.
I want our listeners to follow along that Tom is having a girl. Okay,
Yes.
we found out
Keeping
over the
up.
weekend, so we're
Keeping
keeping
up.
you guys up to date.
Yep. So you know the saga as
God-
it continues.
God smited him like he did every one of us.
Yes, sirree, Bob. These are kind of lame, but one of them I liked in Australia was panties.
Panties.
Again,
As a hated word?
yeah, I don't.
And what do they like to call them?
I get you a shrimp
did-
with the panties.
They didn't give that word.
Panties. Panties. I know Australian people say panties.
Wait,
Shrimp on the panties.
what? Another shrimp.
In what fucking universe is that
Good eye.
Australian?
How about this? Good eye, mate. Let me get you a floating a bit in the panties. In the bush. Out in the bush.
They do have fantastic holiday though.
Okay, you got to wear panties out in the bush.
Can I tell you guys what happened to me a couple months ago?
Sure.
I can't wait. I hope it involves
Clients,
panties.
I sent clients to Australia, right? But for people that don't know, I book travel for clients.
What
right?
company? Let's plug you.
Cruise Vacations International in Rockville, Maryland.
What's the
If
website?
people want to find you, yeah, where do they go?
They go to cruisevacationsintl.com and they can find me.
Is
Yeah.
it just cruises, or do you book other?
Actually, everything, but it's luxury, so it's nothing domestic. It
Top
has
of
to
the
be
line.
international.
Top
What's
of the
like
line.
the average cost of it? Can I ask you that, or
All right, the average cost
of one of your
of
vacations?
a
Just
vacation
hour,
that, like,
median,
I book-
something like that. Yeah,
About 5,000 per person.
per person.
Per person.
And how many people do you usually book on this
Usually
trip?
couples to families of
Couples
four.
to family.
I mean, we
Wow.
do groups and stuff. It happens.
Okay, so
but
10 to 20
that's
grand for a vacation.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
yeah, yeah.
That's a good
But
vacation.
I had a family of
Damn
four
right.
that went to Australia. Right? They came back.
What part of Australia?
They did Perth. They
Okay.
they went on a cruise. They went from
Is
New
that
Zealand all the way
Great
around
Barrier
the
Reef?
coast.
All
What's
that? Is the Great Barrier Reef a part of that? I went to Cairns
No.
once.
No, Perth is on the
It's on the east
side,
east
east-
coast,
uh,
or east side.
West side, because
West
the
Coast.
Great Barrier Reef's on the
West
east.
Coast.
The Sydney and all that's on the east.
But anyways, listen, they come back, right? And I was all excited because they came back. I was like, we had agreed she was going to call me when they got back to tell me how the trip was, and I had it all set up like I was going to talk, answer the phone in an Australian accent, right? It's gonna be like, "Good eye,
G'day."
mate." Like, I was all excited.
Throw it on there.
The lady finally calls. Her name pops up on my caller ID. I pick up the phone and I go, "R, matey." It completely fucked the whole
Just
thing.
fucked it up.
That's what came
Yeah.
out.
She calls and
There
you're
was,
like,
like-
I'm the captain now.
Seconds of awkward silence that felt like minutes, and the conversation ended, and that was it.
That's great.
I have not heard back from her since.
I think your Yelp review is probably high.
Hey, I have a great Yelp review.
Did they
you?
did
Yeah.
they do a cruise?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a cruise.
I've never been. I've
no,
never been on a
don't get me
cruise.
wrong. I wasn't doing the pirate thing because of a cruise.
Hey.
I was trying to do an Australian accent.
Oh
it
my
just came out with
God.
"R, matey."
Jeremy,
That
I've
is
never
really
been on a
funny.
cruise.
Okay.
And I don't know that I have a great desire.
Okay.
Sell me on a cruise.
Okay.
we're
you're
gonna
a
Why do
sponsor
salesman.
people
one.
go on
Big Timing
cruises?
You're a
Comedies
salesman,
cruise.
right?
Yeah.
All right. You know the importance of value.
Correct.
Right. All right. What a cruise is all about? A cruise is about value. All right.
Okay.
When you break down a cruise and base it on a per diem, a per day cost.
Uh-huh.
All right. You are getting much more for your money every day by going on a cruise.
Much
Your
more
hotel,
than what? Than what I would go
Then
on a
if
normal
you flew
vacation?
to an all-inclusive resort. if you-
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
Because
All
listen,
right.
But you can't leave the boat.
Yeah, you can.
you leave the boat every,
Every time it
you pull into
stops.
a port.
What's the travel time in between? But you're mostly on the boat, right?
Well, it's your hotel, so you sleep on it.
But
right,
then you
wherever
go
And
to.
you there's a
all
casino,
day
there's
long,
entertainment.
You're in
there's-
port. Now,
Bars, food.
yeah.
Okay.
Entertainment. Depending on the cruise line, it really depends on what you're getting.
All right.
You know what I mean? But the food, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to decide where you're going to eat. You know what I mean? Like you've got. I mean, you do, but you got.
But
all
there's
these restaurants
options.
to
There's a
choose
lot.
from.
Like, what's
Yeah.
the average capacity of, say, like one of these
All right. Well, it
Carnival
depends.
cruise
The
lines? How
mega
big-
cruise ships get
Yeah.
up to 6,000 passengers.
Holy shit!
That's the like Oasis class ships.
And
the
they have what?
largest.
How many restaurants would a ship like
Oh,
that
like
have?
11.
11.
Yeah.
And they have
Casinos,
huge-
all
Oh
that
yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah.
They have a
Shopping.
huge like theaters with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
crazy.
they've got musicals,
Comedy
Broadway
clubs.
musicals. They
Yeah,
got like
yeah,
Grease
yeah.
on board.
I'm just terrified of sinking.
Well,
They're-
they have life
You know?
rafts.
I don't know if I could ever relax.
You'd be able to relax. That's why they have so many bars.
Unless Leonardo DiCaprio's on board, I'm uncomfortable. If Billy Zane,
Yeah, but he's
if Billy
still alive.
Zane is on that goddamn
You're
ship,
losing
you
your
get me
shit.
off immediately.
But it's value, buddy.
It's value. All right, well, maybe I'll book a cruise sometime.
Yeah.
Big timing. We got to do a big timing comedy cruise.
I like that.
Well,
Do we have that much money in the bank for even the lowest?
I don't know. What does $1 a month get you?
Yeah.
We could probably just hang out down in the lower.
You know what we could do?
decks.
No, wait a minute. You know what we could do? We could be the entertainment. Jeremy could book us to do the comedy on the cruise
we go.
show, and
Now,
then
how
we
much
couldn't
power
interact.
do you think I've got with the cruise lines?
A lot.
No.
You could introduce us to the right person.
I can give you the email to the right person.
Great.
That
Balls.
help.
Hey,
Hey.
Balls will be all over that.
All right.
Okay.
I'm
he's
selling that, by the
Sweat
way.
on a pair
He's
of
a,
balls.
he's a bloodhound. He's a moist blood. He's a bloodhound with like a moist snout. He's been sniffing something.
Panties.
Panties.
Yeah, he's been sniffing
Panties, if you will.
Yeah, panties, if you will.
Panties, if you will.
And he's on the trail. That's a callback. Well done, everybody. Everybody's playing now. That's good stuff.
All right. Well, the other kind of topic of 2016 that we're gonna get to your morbid topic, but
Well, it's not morbid. It's the truth.
I
It's,
know.
this has been that's been this year.
all right. We'll
Tons
get there.
of famous people
That'll
died.
be, well,
Yeah.
More so than probably
all right,
any
you
other
know what?
year.
Then we'll go to yours, and then we'll come.
I have a
back
theory
around
on
to
that,
a
actually,
more,
but
I
we'll
want to
wait
hear
till
your
we get
theory
there.
because I'm gonna. No, go ahead. Let's talk about it.
We're
Because
in
I'm
it.
gonna.
We're in it. We're knee deep into it.
I don't think people realize just how many and who has left. So I want to go down the list.
All right.
And just give you guys.
Look, the guy, the people
but
that are passing.
If you,
yeah,
you
all
go
right,
to
go
my
ahead. Here's
face,
why.
give
You're
some
gonna
context.
say
Go
exactly
ahead.
why.
All right, the people that are passing are entertainment started booming, like mainstream entertainment started booming in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, right?
Yep.
And we're
Sure.
starting to lose those guys that were in that.
Baby boomers.
Exactly. It's going to be happening every year.
Yeah.
George Michael was
This
what,
is not
53
unique to
though?
Baby boomers is the
53.
biggest
Yep.
biggest
Yeah.
And
population.
the more we talk about it, you guys you got on Facebook at least once today, right?
Yeah.
Oh, 2016 strikes again. The more attention we give it, the more that the news outlets are going to let us
Exactly.
know who died.
Yep.
You know?
Absolutely. But they
Fuck,
did,
what kind of fucked up logic is that?
Would
the
you
more,
not-
the
would you
more
not
we
hold
talk
the-
about it, the more the
It
news
wouldn't
outlets are
be-
going to tell us who died. People are just
stop
gonna
holding
die.
the microphone like that.
People are just going to die. I don't think the fact that we're
He got really
sensation-
excited and grabbed it just like a big old
Well,
dick.
I don't think the fact that we're sensationalizing it is
I
is,
agree with
is
that.
adding any fuel to the fire.
I think
What-
we
they're-
are
You're
adding
gonna
fuel
report
to the
who's
fire.
dead.
The news isn't gonna.
The
they're-
news
they
wants
don't
to report what we're interested
exactly. They're not going to report.
So-
on
in. And we've
something-
started this snowball thing with, oh my God, who's.
But would they not
Who's
report
I
the
mean,
2016
it's
gonna
it's
take
sad.
next?
It's sad, but I didn't know
You know.
George Michaels.
who?
George Michael.
No, let him. You
Sorry.
shouldn't have
Michael.
corrected him.
I'm
God
sorry.
damn it.
I can't let that
Oh,
go.
that would have been so great.
That's horrible because I have a friend that
He
has
does that
the
song
last name is
States.
Michael.
Because that would have been like the cousin of Brett Michaels and Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid.
Okay, you want to add to that?
Yeah.
The other George Michael died one day before,
Oh my God,
3 years ago.
George Michael.
The sports
Boy-
machine
Yeah. Oh yeah, for the Redskins.
of 2009,
No shit.
December 24th, 2009.
Thanks
So-
a lot, 2009.
So a pair of George Michaels died.
They did. I heard it in the news because it's been overly sensationalized.
Steal my vape.
No,
No,
you
you,
got
lo-
it.
you lost it. Didn't you lose that?
No, I have it back. All right.
Just
Here's
what we
what I
need,
wanna
some more
do.
heat in here.
Yeah, here's what I want to do, guys. I don't think it's you can sensationalize it or not, but we've lost an inordinate amount of highly impactful, very famous people, and I'm just going to go down the
And it's
list.
going to keep happening.
You can cut. Well, yeah, but this is this is huge, historic. Like, listen to the
This,
names.
this
on
list is also at the top of my Facebook page.
All right, here you go. Listen to this list: Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
All right, the greatest boxer of all time. Fidel Castro, the greatest baseball player of all time. All right. All right.
That
David
was awesome.
Bowie. David Bowie. Or one of the
It's the
greatest.
guy from Labyrinth, right?
Yeah.
you played him.
I did play Bowie. I played Bowie this year. How many people have I played that died? Maybe that's the thing. All right.
We need
but
to look into this.
David
a
Bowie.
mattress salesman.
Yeah. Ground control to Major Tom. Anyway, David Bowie, huge movie star, music star. John Glenn, The first.
You know, you're saying names I completely forgot already.
I know, man. That's what I'm saying.
Are you just on January?
Yeah, pretty much. This the first astronaut to orbit the Earth was John Glenn. This one's kind of lower level. I shouldn't say lower level. It's so insulting. But the pitcher from the Marlins, Jose Fernandez,
That's
his
right.
speedboat
Boating accident.
slammed, and he's a 24-year-old flamethrower. He was drunk and had traces of cocaine in his system at the time of the crash.
What city?
Miami.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Go for that, right?
I was gonna guess that.
Nancy Reagan died. Former First Lady Nancy
She was-
Reagan.
hey, I picked her in a couple episodes.
I got
as
a
the
letter
hottest,
from her in the mail when I was a kid telling me to stay off drugs. It didn't
I
work.
got 14 names just in January.
Okay.
Didn't work, but I
We'll
got
go back
a
to
letter
you in a
from
minute.
Nancy Reagan.
Janet Reno, who was played by Will Ferrell. Remember on the Janet Reno's dance party?
She's the one that likes to get kids in the closet.
Yeah, but she was the first woman to serve as U.S. Attorney General. Very historic.
Yep.
beautiful
Right.
woman.
Arnold Palmer. Arnold Palmer, arguably the greatest
was this
golfer
year?
of all time. Yeah. So you lost the best boxer and you lost the best
Yeah, but new
golfer.
ones will be
golfer.
made.
Well, sure, Eric. New ones will be made, Eric. God, Prince. Purple Rain. Prince.
That's a big one.
Gordie Howe, the 23-time NHL All-Star known as Mr. Hockey, died on June 10th. So the greatest boxer, hockey player, and golfer, arguably of all time, all died this year. Okay? Gonna keep going. Keith Emerson, the keyboardist who founded Emerson, Lake and Palmer. So that was a great band name.
You might as well just cover it. You also lost a bass player, I believe, for
There you
ELP.
go. There you go. Alan Thicke,
Yeah.
Robin Thicke's dad.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I know him as. No, he
Darn
was he was on Growing
Growing
Pains.
pains.
Florence Henderson, best known as Carol Brady from the Brady Bunch. Comedian Gary Shandling.
That
Remember
was this
Gary
year, too.
died.
Canadian Bob Elliott.
Yeah. How about Gene Wilder?
That's a bad.
Willy
that's a big one.
Wonka goes down.
You missed Glenn Fry.
Glenn, no, I haven't
Too
missed
much
him
sugar.
yet. But
The
Glenn Fry
diabetes
from
got him.
yeah,
Well,
Glenn Fry from the
I'm
Eagles.
just
Go ahead,
looking
Mike.
at January.
Diabetes.
Yeah. Glenn Fry, founder of the Eagles. Patty Duke, who won an Oscar for The
Google
Miracle
celebrity
Worker.
Deaths in 2015, so we can battle this.
Yeah, battle this. Go ahead. I'm going to keep going. Harper Lee, an author who shunned the spotlight and penned To Kill a Mockingbird, which
She
we
just
all read in
released a
school.
brand new novel just before that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's keep going. Abe Vigoda.
Abe Vigoda went this year?
Also in January.
Yeah, best known for playing mob boss Sal Tessio in The Godfather, Detective Fish and Barney Miller, and of course was a mainstay on Conan. Gary Marshall, the creator of Happy Days and The Odd Couple. Robert Vaughn, who played the man from U.N.C.L.E. Doris Roberts, the 5-time Emmy winner, who is the grandmother on Everybody Loves Raymond. She was in Grandma's
Yep.
Boy. God, guys, this is crazy. I mean, I could just keep going.
Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman. Here's the
all to
Yankee
the
cowboy. Alan, I'm Professor Severus Snape. Too bad he died because I was just getting a good impression of
There
him
you go.
going.
Yeah.
Just on it.
Singer Maurice White, founder of Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yep.
God, country.
Also George Martin.
George Martin, who created Martin Guitars.
No.
Founder of the Beatles.
Close.
George R. Martin, the guy who wrote Game of Thrones.
Producer. No.
All right. Country music outlaw Merle Haggard. Yeah, he would have loved to have seen Trump coming to power. All right, I'll keep going. Malik Taylor, the rapper with a tribe called Quest.
Yep.
Yeah. Glenn Fry, as we said, and Sharon Jones, lead singer of the Dap Kings. Oh, and let's not forget the most recent. Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia. Keep a couple more, and then I'm done. And then I'm done depressing you. Pat Summitt, the greatest women's basketball coach of all time at Tennessee. And what's his face? Craig Sager just died. The NBA guy who wore the flashy suits on the sideline. Let's see. Do I have any more for you? Do I have any more?
You know who I'm afraid is going to go before the end of the year?
Zsa Zsa Gabor died.
Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Zsa Zsa Gabor and George Michael. Never going to dance again, is he? Guilty feeling got no rhythm. But I guess you got to have faith. I guess it would be nice.
There you go.
We're just throwing feelings aside here.
If I could touch your body, everybody, do.
You know what? Your George Michael is so much better than your Alan Rickman.
It is.
I don't
It
believe
really
you,
is.
Yankee cowboy.
There is a lot from 2015 to like combat the argument.
Dude,
but
that was the most epic list. Like,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, I bet it doesn't even come close to holding a candle to what we just went down.
Well, I mean, there were a handful in your list of people that I didn't know who they were.
Yeah, I agree.
It's kind of.
I gave you context for every person.
and
I
I gave
know,
you
I
nods,
know.
but I still have no idea.
Who didn't you
they
like?
are.
Who didn't you know? Like
back-
Muhammad Ali, that one was
back
probably a
through-
little
go
obscure.
Back, go back through, and I'll tell you
Yeah.
as you.
Who
list
was
them.
the NBA guy that wore flashy
Craig Sager. I mean, he
So I
just
don't
died
know
of
that
cancer
one.
2 days ago.
I'm
don't
a
know
football
that
guy.
All right, that's fine. Okay, you're right. Just so by that,
No,
so
I'm
by
not-
that measure, this
No.
list isn't impactful.
You
That's
listed
Greg
one.
Lake.
Some of
Ricky
those,
Lake?
Some of
No,
those
Greg
deaths
Lake
just
from
don't
Emerson
count.
Lake.
Oh,
and
Greg
Palmer was
Lake
the
from
other one.
Emerson. Two-thirds of Emerson Lake and Palmer's dead. Thanks a lot,
In
guys.
the same year.
I mean, Ben Stiller's mom died last year.
Yeah, Doris Roberts.
What?
Yeah, it's probably her name.
That's she's Ben Stiller's mom.
Anna Mira.
Yeah, her too.
And it's only the 27th.
Yeah, there's still 3 or 4 more days.
No, I mean there is. There's a lengthy.
Somebody put Keith Richards on a watch list.
Yeah, well, no, he'll never die.
Actually, do you know who I think might?
Charlie Sheen.
The Queen.
What queen
She's
of what?
sick. She's got a cold. She's 90 years old.
Oh, I don't know. I don't follow British politics.
You know what?
Tell her no vaccines.
I mean,
Don't they have 2 princes that are already running shit? Henry and.
Oh yeah, she doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
none of them do.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They,
Photo
it's-
ops. They do photo
It's
ops.
purely just a fame thing, if you will.
Off the
Yeah.
list I just gave you, who's the?
And they
who-
draw salaries for that, by the way.
Let me ask you guys.
What do you mean?
They draw salaries. I mean,
Oh,
they
yeah.
get paid
Oh,
course.
yeah.
to just be them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're
Like the
They're
president.
like Kardashians.
Yes.
Off the list I just read, whose death hit you the hardest?
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, why?
He's greatest of all time.
Were you a big boxing fan?
You know what? No, but my father raised me watching Ali fights,
Yeah.
even though I was never a fan. So
Thriller in Manila with Joe Frazier. That was actually George Foreman. That was a test. You failed.
I wasn't even really paying attention.
Why would you? You're
I'm
a-
thinking of your Alan
you're an-
Rickman.
I mean, I was a big Will Smith fan, so that's why that hits
You
me
can't
so
pay
hard.
attention, can you, Yankee Cowboy? Mine was Alan Rickman, obviously. No, I'd say Gene Wilder. I
Yeah,
think
that one
was-
probably.
I watched Willy Wonka probably upwards of 1,000 times before I turned 18. That was like,
What about Mr. Seaver?
yeah, fuck Alan Rickman.
That's not Alan Rickman.
Just kidding. Now I'm thick. Robin Thicke's dad.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No,
Yankee Cowboy.
See, I watched Hear No Evil, See No Evil a lot
What is that?
with Gene Wilder,
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
80s movie.
With Richard Pryor.
Yeah,
yes,
Richard Pryor.
I mean that's
That was
I mean,
great.
One of the probably most underrated 80s movies out there,
If you will.
if you will. If you will.
Anybody on your 2015 list?
Yeah,
that
yeah.
can
Do you have
rival
any
my
big
death
names on
list?
there?
Is Willy Wonka and Arnold Palmer and Muhammad Ali on there? Because if not,
Well, no, because they were on the 2016 list.
of course.
All right, so are we going to admit defeat here?
I think we kind of have to.
Yeah, all right.
unfortunately.
Can you give me one name from
like I said, though,
2015?
like I
that
said though, I mean, there's a lot of names. He did a little bit of
John
research.
Lennon.
was not in 2015.
No, but his first wife, Cynthia, died last year.
What a bitch she was, by the way.
Cynthia.
Goddamn. Was there? Did she go by
Bob
Cynthia Lennon?
Simon died
Who's Bob
Who the
Simon?
hell is Bob Simon?
from 60 Minutes.
The
didn't
fuck are you
see?
talking about?
See, that was
I
impactful.
just told you Muhammad Ali and Arnold Palmer, and you came back with who? Can you say his name one more time for me?
Bob Simon.
Bob Simon. Great. Keep it going.
Hey, Leonard Nimoy. That was a big one.
All right, Spock's a big one.
Yeah, that is a big
Spock's
one.
a big one.
That was a big one.
All right, Spock's a big one. I'll give you Spock.
Freaking Wes Craven.
All right, I was a big.
Yeah, that's
I was
another big one.
He's still not quite Muhammad Ali.
No.
Nancy Reagan, Gene Wilder,
John Lennon's wife,
John,
first wife.
John Lennon's first wife, who nobody knows, Cynthia the
Well,
bitch.
hey, here's kind of creepy spin. Everybody Loves Raymond. One of the twin boys had died last year.
Is that right? Because
One of the-
I know because they were my.
You're
one,
not helping our cause here.
One of my friends in high school was those were
Are
his
we
brothers.
out already? Are we done?
Those were his brothers. One of my
Who?
friends in high school.
What?
Those his little brothers were those two twins.
Really?
Adrian Garcia was his name.
Wow.
He's not listening now, I'm sure.
No.
Adrian got real.
His name was Sawyer Sweeten.
Yeah, well, they didn't have the same name as their father or something. No. They're brother. They're like half brother.
Listen, Yankee Cowboy.
You're the Yankee Cowboy. Can
I
you
think-
give me one fucking
think you're
person in
just talking
2015
shit.
worth of shit?
I'm scrolling. It's
Wes Craven was a big one.
the screenwriter for The Rock died.
Guys,
Douglas
this
Yeah,
is,
I
this
think
is
we're
your-
done. I
you
think
really?
he's got us
so,
beat.
so what I was trying to say was 2016 was a pretty big year
All right,
for,
you know
for
what?
like
I'm,
famous people dying.
I'm submitting to that.
Thank you.
I'm submitting
So
to
we're
that.
not sensationalizing. A lot of famous people dying, right?
And you know why? Because we're paying attention.
Of
to
course, that's got to be it. Like you could have put any of the B-listers from 2016 on to 2015, and it would have
It's
been
still
better.
beat. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You could have put Zsa Zsa Gabor on there.
Wait.
Say.
Don Vito from Jackass. He died last year.
That was my Don Vito.
It's better than your Ellen Richards.
Stop it, Yankee Cowboy.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, we lost.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say we lost on that.
So
one.
I apologize for talking bad about the deaths in 2016.
No, it's all right. I just wanted to remind people that we lost a lot and cherish your heroes because they're going to die soon. Especially all the the high profile probably athletes and musicians of that day were all highly abusive towards drugs and alcohol. That's right. I mean, how else does George Michael die at 53?
But yeah.
He's good looking, in shape. He had to have heart failure. Do we
That's
know
how
yet?
Carrie.
Yeah, I think
she
they
had
said
died
heart attack,
it was
didn't
from
they?
heart attack.
Yeah.
Carrie
Who did?
Fisher died of heart attack.
Yeah, she's
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
There you go. David Bowie.
Big
I
on
mean,
the
all these-
cocaine.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I
One
don't
of
know.
my local artist guys that I know died last year at 51 from heart failure.
There you go.
Wow.
Drug user.
Pretty sure that's
Yeah.
how I'm going to probably go down.
Yep.
That's just my prediction.
You're not dying. You will live forever. You do triathlons.
Nah.
You don't smoke. You'll live forever. You drink this tequila now.
I know it's got the the electrolytes.
I think Eric.
If Eric's gonna
Eric,
die, it's gonna be from sticking
Eric-
something up his ass. He shouldn't.
Wait, Eric, look at me. Look at me. Look
you
at
had
me.
to out me on that.
Look
I
at
know
me.
your history, pal.
I think you will live forever, if you will.
All right. God, you're kind of a dick today.
Oh, that
Is that
beard
what
is
the-
getting
is that what-
gray.
Is
Feeling
that what the
saucy.
holidays do to you?
I could tell you about my Christmas. You want me to tell you about it?
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
yet.
let's hear about
Not
your
yet.
Christmas.
No, not yet. We got a light in the top or the 2016 list here. So blockbusters.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guess the number one blockbuster movie of 2016?
What is
Rogue One.
define blockbuster?
Highest grossing?
Rogue One.
No.
Civil War.
No.
Marvel Civil War.
Nope.
Batman
Was it a
versus
comic
Superman.
book movie?
Had to
No.
be.
Close.
Batman versus Superman.
You're
Suicide Squad.
Number two. No, you were number two. with
Batman
that.
versus Superman's
Nope.
2.
It's not a comic book movie.
What the hell?
All right, hold on. We can think of this.
Yeah, we
What?
can.
Give me a genre.
We'll go.
Did they make a Santa Claus 5 or something?
Give me a genre, if you will.
It's illustration or not illustration.
Cartoon?
Yes.
Fucking illustration. What fucking year is it?
Did they do another Garfield?
Walt Disney penned up another illustration. We
Oh.
better get it out on the street.
Frozen.
No.
Hey, Jeremy, that was not this year.
That was with your list in 2015.
Was it a Disney movie?
Lego movie.
No, and I don't know if it's Disney or not.
All right,
No.
not Lego movie. Not.
Oh,
Think
it's
about
got to
it.
be like one of those Pixar's or something.
Think about it. Who is a huge star that has been pushing for a sequel to a very popular cartoon?
Despicable Me 3.
No.
Return of the Minions.
It's a comedian.
It's a comedian.
They have a
Bill Burr.
huge daytime show.
Louis C.K.
Daytime show.
Jim Gaffigan.
I work.
No,
I
we
real life.
can-
I don't
yeah, I
like
do
daytime
too.
shows.
I'm thinking it's a comedian. It's
Did they
Amy
draw
Schumer?
Oprah and make a movie out of it?
Amy
You're
Schumer.
close with Oprah.
Oprah.
You're-
Ellen. Dory. Finding Dory.
There you go.
See, we did it.
Did it?
We did
Nailed it.
We
And
got
actually,
there.
I saw that movie. It was,
It's okay.
it wasn't
So-
that
so
If
good.
I had a
that-
2-year-old daughter, would she like it?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, because she wouldn't understand that there's no real plot except that they're swimming around in a
Yeah,
aquarium.
well, Dory can't remember shit. That's her thing,
yeah.
right? How could you have a plot with a fish that can't remember anything from 5
Well,
minutes
the
ago?
first one was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was.
Finding Nemo
But
was
Dory
great.
wasn't the
Of
star.
the,
Dory
of the
was
near
a
500 million that it made, it wasn't for me.
500. So
Almost.
Batman vs Superman was number 2.
No. Civil War
Civil
was
War
number
was number
2
two.
at just over 400.
Where was Batman vs Superman?
Number
was that on the
7.
list? 7.
And where's Rogue One in that?
Nothing
9.
yet.
9.
Wow.
Already 9?
Yeah.
I'm not
What?
surprised.
It's been out for like 2 weeks.
So, well, I mean, $318 million so far.
Did you see it, Jeremy?
No, and you know why? It was written
Why?
by Disney. It's not, in my mind, it's not a real Star
You don't want
Wars.
anything being written by George Lucas anymore.
I do.
His prequels were dog shit.
They were, but I feel like he still got some in them. And the fact that Disney bought it and then just wrote their own just kind of pisses
Dude, it's
me off.
really good.
Is it? You saw it?
Yeah, it's real. It's
And
like a
everybody
war
says
epic.
it is, but I'm just not willing
It
to
ties
give
the
it.
worlds together.
I'll
It's what happened in between Revenge of the Sith.
I'll
and A
give
New
it
Hope.
an on-demand viewing.
You should go to the
I'm
theaters
not
and
gonna
see
give
it
it
in
a
3D.
theater viewing.
See it in 3D IMAX. It's a feast for the eyes. You should. That's the way it's meant to be seen.
God, that's
might do
sexy.
that
feast,
just for
feast
you.
for the eyes.
Yeah.
As long
Your eyes will
as
get-
long as you don't get any more eye infections.
I'm gonna be honest. Look,
Dude,
you pro-
2016 has been a fucked up year for my eyes.
you
man.
probably won't blink and your eyes will get moist. Go.
I'm going.
Well done. So the top 10, Finding Dory's number 1, Civil War, Secret Life of Pets number 3,
I heard that's good.
Jungle Book, Deadpool rang in top 5.
Wow, it's a rated R film.
Dude, it's amazing
I
now.
know, I saw it.
Do you know I've not seen any of these?
You haven't
Except
seen
for Finding
Well,
Dory.
you're not. You can't get into a movie without.
That's because you
without-
have an 18-year-old daughter, basically.
I was gonna say he can't get in without Missy taking him. to
I
the
actually
movie.
need
They won't let
Carly
him.
to get into
he
the
needs
movie.
parental, supervision.
He needs supervision. He works. He can't get in on
You
his
know, I
days. He's no
spent
chaperone.
2.5
Well,
hours.
Zootopia was number 6. Did you see that one?
What was it?
Zootopia,
No.
number
I did not.
6.
No.
And then Batman versus Superman,
Didn't see
Suicide
it.
Which
Squad.
I like.
Suicide Squad was
I
8.
like Batman. It's got lampooned. I like Batman.
I saw
Superman.
World War Z, and I thought that was great.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
that came out 4
Nah,
years
it wasn't
ago.
this year.
No.
Brad
No.
Pitt.
It was on my television. It was great.
It was good.
Mm-hmm.
But if you had read the book,
Do you know what Missy got me for Christmas? The
What?
Jurassic Park DVD collection. All
Oh,
4
all
movies.
right.
all 4
Not bad.
Is
All
Jurassic
4.
World a part of that?
Yeah, yes, it is, and that's the reason I wanted it because that's my favorite.
Did
one.
you
That's
like
a
Jurassic
really,
World?
Yeah,
I loved it.
It was
I loved it.
amazing.
Like,
I have
I'll
it in
watch
3D.
it again.
I
I
think
just
it was
watched
amazing.
We watched it yesterday. I'll watch it again.
All right,
was good.
I say it was amazing because my expectations were very, very low for it because I was like, really, how
had great
well
effects.
can they? Yeah, how well can they beat number 1?
Well, they
Yeah.
can't.
Well,
right.
wait. I
They paid
still
some
think number
homage.
3 was better than number 1.
Shut the fuck
Yep.
up.
Wait.
Yeah,
Wait,
what?
what was number 3
My
again?
order that they go in: Jurassic Park World, Jurassic Park 3,
Wait.
Jurassic Park,
Jurassic Park World's not a movie, so start over.
Jurassic World,
Yes.
then Jurassic Park 3, then the Jurassic Park.
The Jurassic Park. Have you seen any
the
of these movies?
Jurassic Park, and then the second one, Lost World. Was
You sound like
shit.
a foreigner.
Lost World
The
was
Jurassic Park.
awful.
The Jurassic Park.
You seen the Star Wars?
I see the Star Wars, the Jurassic Park, and the Jurassic Park, the Lost World, the
No,
Jurassic.
Jurassic World was awesome.
Jurassic World was
Yeah.
was decent.
I thought it was great.
You can't top the first one. How can you put the first one down? When you saw the T-Rex for the first time, and it was 1992, and you were 8 years old or 10 years old or however old you were.
That's
12.
different. I was 13. I
You
looked
can't-
it up. It came
no,
out in
you can't.
1993.
You can't not. It
13.
can't be different. It was magic. It was movie magic.
It was.
And the
It was
Velociraptors?
movie
You
You
magic.
believe
But
dinosaurs existed.
I'm not ranking them on 13-year-old Jeremy. I'm ranking them on 36-year-old
Well, you have to.
Jeremy.
You
No, I
can't.
don't. No.
You can't
No.
watch that now and have the
Because you have
same
a better-
nostalgic
yeah,
feeling.
Yeah.
Because things have changed. Like you have to remember the feeling you had when you saw
Well,
it originally.
here's a great example.
Well, 'cause the
I
world's
bought
changed.
Willow from China recently. It was, dude. I figured I could go buy that real cheap.
I had forgotten all about Willow.
Well, it's
Willow.
nothing.
You went and hunted it in China?
Val Kilmer was in Willow.
Mad Mardigan. It was dude. Seriously, to buy a legit version was like $50.
I also
Why?
own Willow.
I don't know
Who
why.
owns it?
I mean, I do now, but I found like a knockoff version for like $1.50. It costs more to ship it from China to get it, and it's
Can
but-
you?
But I had to watch
3-week
it.
wait.
It was a long time, but no, like the effects and everything. I was
Is
just
this
like,
the theme
this
song
is-
from Willow? What's
what is
happening right
happening?
now? Please tell me
I
we're
think
listening to
getting
the
ready
theme song from Willow.
explode.
Was there a theme song?
I don't know. Mike's
is
playing. Never mind. Mike's
vibrating?
playing Tetris. Mike's playing Tetris.
I feel like the studio is getting ready
We're
to
getting
implode.
hacked by Russia.
So
Who's
you
our
spent
Russian listener?
$50 on a copy of Willow.
I did not. I don't know, but there were special editions that were in like the 200s, like collector's
Why?
editions. Great question.
Do you know who played Willow? Either one of you. Jeremy, you should know this. He's one of your people.
Hold on. I follow him on Twitter.
He had a show. He had a show on
Hang
Showtime
on.
that
Damn it.
that Ricky Gervais was on.
Yes.
with Liam Neeson. That was the Liam Neeson episode.
Yes.
And he
I'd
also
like to do
he
some
was
stand-up comedy.
Yes,
he was
yes.
Leprechaun.
Improvisation. Yes, he was the Leprechaun.
He was a leprechaun.
He was in Masters of the Universe that we were referencing He-Man
Was he?
earlier. He was the little Willow, or not Willow, but Gwildor.
Yeah.
Gwildor, let me eat your fried chickens. He was
He's
he
in
was
a
a
lot of
leprechaun. Yeah,
stuff. He's
Toad.
I want to say it's Ethan.
Nope, it starts with a W. W, and his last name starts with a D. It's WD-40.
Willow dude.
Willow dude. Warwick Davis.
Warwick Davis.
Boom.
Yes. Yep.
I bet you wouldn't guess that's very English,
If you will.
if you will.
Listen here, Yankee cowboy.
The Yankee cowboy over there said, if you will.
Oh, the actor in Bad Santa, he's also in Willow.
Billy
he plays,
Bob Thornton.
No.
I think he's talking about the Willow-esque one.
I know, he's talking about the black midget. I got it.
Yeah. He was in what?
He was also he was in Bad Santa, and he was also in Willow.
Oh, I didn't even. Forgot to
I mean,
mention.
those guys are usually in the same movies together.
I
'cause
skipped
they need
over
more
it.
than one of them.
The
Well,
robot.
I mean, Willow had an entire Renaissance festival scene with
The
just
guy-
like
the guy that-
They all got
midgets.
work that day. They
were
all
just like-
worked that
They
day.
got solid work.
The guy that played R2-D2 also died.
Wasn't that Warwick Davis?
No,
This dude gets every role.
just another midget. But he died. Also, another Star
Small
Wars
person.
related death.
It
Yeah.
all he had to do was crank a little wheel in there to make the head turn.
That's
Yeah,
what-
they,
is that
they
right?
just paid a guy.
Were those the effects back then? You don't know.
I mean, he didn't make the sound effects.
Jeremy, Jurassic Park 3?
So wait, who did the music? Who did the music?
John Williams,
Exactly. He also did the music for Willow.
of course.
We're coming.
He was
full
a Warner
circle on
Brothers
a lot
guy.
of
He
things.
did
here's-
Batman.
So here's the thing with Willow. It was done in '88.
And that was Danny Elfman, sorry.
It was done in '88, and the effects are. I mean, some of them you can definitely. That you watch Jurassic Park and you're like, wow, those are. I mean, now compared to now.
That's
but
why
in
it's not yeah.
'88. Like, it's impressive that they pulled off what they pulled off in that
Willow?
movie.
What was so
Yes.
impressive in Willow? I don't remember. What was
It was. I
Did
mean,
a
it had to have
dinosaur
been-
attack an
It had
SUV?
to have been shot in like New Zealand
right?
because
Was a T-Rex brought
They,
to
had
life?
to, they
The fuck
filmed
are
it
you
in New
talking
Zealand.
about?
Holy shit! In
They
1988.
made Val Kilmer look much taller than this midget. What are you fucking talking about?
in '88 they really
They
I don't
put
know.
Val Kilmer in a wicker cage.
I don't remember what. Yeah, I don't remember what the effects were in Willow.
He couldn't get out.
Like-
He couldn't
wait,
get out of a
I'm-
wicker cage.
I'm
He needed a pair of midgets to
I'm
release him.
32. I remember the way I felt when I saw Jurassic Park in 1992. I don't remember because of the effects, because I thought a
Yeah.
T-Rex was alive. I don't remember the effects in Willow. Can you tell me
You
what
don't
you're
remember the
referencing?
trolls and then the big two-headed monster that he
No.
like turned it into, and it fell into the water and it came out and it was like breathing fire on him in the castle.
You've recently watched your copy of Willow.
I just
yeah, 'cause
I
I've
just
not
did.
seen it since the 80s.
I put it on
Dude,
like
it was
a year
awesome.
ago and fell asleep.
It
15
was like
minutes in.
watching it for the first time almost. And then you had the brownies. You had the even smaller guys in there that had like the little like punchy one-liners.
Muhammad Ali died this year.
Yeah, that's.
I'm taking it back down. It's Jeremy's favorite.
What can I say? I'm a Yankee cowboy.
Yankee cowboy.
So I think you were really jammed up to talk about your Christmas a few minutes ago, and I cut you off.
Oh no, I could just so Christmas Eve, okay?
The eve of Christmas.
I go to yes, also if you will, the eve of Christmas, if you will.
you
And that's the correct way to use it. Christmas Eve or the eve of Christmas, if you will. I went to church and then I went to a family party for my wife. I went to her grandmother's house, and I drank like 5 glasses of wine and like a Captain and Diet. Okay, and I come home and it's like 11:30. And I'm not drunk, but I'm sleepy. You know, wine will get you sleepy and then a little topper. And my wife goes, she purchased this gift for my daughter online. I financed it. She purchased it. She goes, you got to put this together. I'm like, cool, no problem. I open this fucking thing up, and it's got over 1,000 parts.
What is it?
It's a kitchen set. It's like a little kid's kitchen. All right, my daughter's a little over 2. This fucking thing.
You got no warning on this.
I know, and I almost
that's
cried.
Wait, why do you have to
awesome.
set it up before Christmas? Why can't you give it to her? And
I
then
don't.
Set it up
I don't
after
know
Christmas?
why either, but
I
got,
don't, because it was delivered from Santa and people like you, the
elves.
workers in the shop. You know, if you'd done your goddamn job, Jeremy, I wouldn't have had to fucking worry about this.
Kid, I had to box
You've done your
something.
goddamn no. So listen, I
So-
opened this fucking
this
box.
is great.
Well, here's the best part. I go, what the? I almost cried, right? Because I'm like sleepy.
Yeah, you're just like.
Fast forward, I stayed up till 6 in the morning building this fucking thing. She goes, wait, here's how I know my wife knew it. She goes, I go, what the fuck? I'm like, you let me drink and do this, and I just opened this fucking thing. She goes, how was I supposed to know it would take 6 hours to put together? I said, that was a very specific period of time you just mentioned.
That was.
And lo and behold,
You knew.
I get
Oh,
started.
she said that before you started.
She goes, how? Yeah, she storms off and goes, how was I supposed to know it would take 6 hours? Meanwhile, I didn't say anything. It was like I was fucking in like the Usual Suspects. She goes, how was I supposed to know it would take 6 hours? I said, that was very specific. Go fucking figure. Guess how much time this
6
fucking thing.
hours.
Yeah, like she didn't know the fucking construction said it would take you 6. I was up until 6 in the morning in Santa's workshop in the basement, rocking out to 1992 Live Air Guns N' Roses.
Yes.
Just to stay awake.
You know what? Your daughter better be pumping out casseroles from
Oh
this
my
kitchen
god,
right now.
dude! When I tell you it was a cabinet, it was all wood. The cabinets would like it had the little things that the grooves that the cabinets would go into. That I stuck. It's a really well made piece of German engineering.
I'm pretty sure it's a Serbian.
Yeah, well it is
Made.
now. It is now. German
It
shipped
did
and
come
Serbian
from the
made.
North Pole.
Again, if Jeremy had done his fucking job, I wouldn't have had to worry about any of this.
God damn it, Jeremy.
So that was my Christmas. I
That's
was in
funny. I'm
Santa's
laughing
workshop.
because
Pretty sure Warwick Davis was supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It-
the guy from Bad Santa.
It's funny that you talk about that because luckily my wife actually gave me a heads up about a week before, and she's like, "Oh, are you excited to put things together on Christmas Eve?" And I'm
No.
like, no." So I at least was able to wrap my head around that because we had 2 giant boxes in the garage just sitting, and I'm like, "Why can't we just build those before?" Well, it's got to go. We have to build the one in the room it's going to be in because and I'm like, oh, it's that big because we have so much room for this
Well, let me tell you guys something.
giant
Let me tell you.
device.
You guys have shitty lives. This sounds horrible.
Well, Jeremy.
This sounds horrible.
As
That's
Stefan
because
said, we
they,
couldn't
they
marry
didn't get
into
a,
this.
They didn't get a teen when they
Yeah.
married.
Yeah, now let's move to your
I'm
life,
so
Jeremy.
glad I never had this.
Let's
Where-
move to
where
your
a-
life, Jeremy.
Where a
You-
box of condoms would have
Right.
sufficed.
You just fast forwarded through all of it, and your girlfriend has what, a 17-year-old daughter?
18 now.
She's 18
She's
now.
18
So
legally.
so you just
doesn't
fast
even
forward.
have to live in the house.
Doesn't,
Sorry.
and you just fast forwarded through all of it.
Yep.
How often does she yell, "You're not my dad, fuck you"?
Has never happened. This kid is fucking awesome.
Can you tell her what to do?
I don't.
You don't because
I
you're
don't.
scared of Missy or her or her
She's a good kid. She doesn't need to be told.
You
Believe it or
can't.
not.
You
She's
can't be like.
18.
You can't be like. Pick up your underwear. I'm out here drinking beers with my buddy. You wouldn't be doing that. Pick up your underwear.
I'm out here building gifts.
Yeah, pick up your underwear. I'm out here building gifts for children around
This
the
is
world.
my busy time of the season.
How dare you? This is my workshop.
No, man, it's no. I don't have to tell her any of that. I say, hey, Missy, can you please tell her to do this shit?
On the
It is
Throw
the-
down.
on
That is the best way to do it.
on the flip side, how often does Missy say to you, "Finish your homework, clean up your underwear"? Does it like?
That's all stopped now.
Do you? You're good. You're
Yeah,
integrated
I'm
now.
Good. I'm good.
You're in. Do you,
now,
you guys
now
live
I
together?
pick up my shit all the time.
You all live together?
Yeah. Yeah.
You like hesitated like that was a tough question. You answered Warwick Davis quicker than you answered that.
I have no idea why I hesitated. Yeah, we live together.
Yeah, well, we could.
Hey,
we might.
You and I don't even live together, and I
Yeah.
answer that one quicker
Yeah.
to strangers.
I-
Stefan and I, we live together.
No, we don't. I don't know why you said that. That happened on set. When we
Did
were
it?
filming the commercial, the producer,
The
came
mattress
in,
one?
the sack one, yeah. The producer comes up and he goes, "What's up with you guys? Hey, what's we doing?" And Eric's like, "Well, we live together." Just out of left field, and I'm like, "Actually, no, we don't." He literally. I'm like, I don't know why you said that.
Yeah.
But he was quicker to say he lived with me than you were to say you lived with Missy.
Exactly.
Good
And
lord.
it was a complete lie.
Yeah. What's that about?
Why
You
would
sort of,
do
you
that?
still have your own place, but you live there.
No. I just live there. No more of my own place.
You know what that means? He
What does that mean?
secretly still has his own place, and he goes there. He's like, "Well, I got to return some videotapes. I'll be back."
Wait, it's like this.
Let me drive 2.5 hours.
It's like
back
those
to
football
Silver
players.
Spring.
They have their like clubhouse where
Yeah.
it's just like shenanigans
Yeah, like the
24/7.
sex bed,
Nah,
like the
nah,
Monte
my
Culpepper
place-
sex bed.
My place where I can be me, it's the bathroom.
It's a
That's
good
all I've
place.
got. Yeah.
Oh, you found that out fast because it took. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's your safe haven.
It's my only hiding spot.
Yeah. So you basically got adopted by 2 women.
Yeah, okay, not only do I live with 2 women, I also work all day with only women. I am surrounded by women.
What's your secret?
I want out.
And whose cycle are you matched up with?
Yeah. Jeremy said he wants out. 2016 has how many more days?
I want out of the all women
Sure, we get what you
office,
mean.
not the
Yeah.
all women.
Well, like I said, it's 51-49. You're trending in the wrong direction.
That's why we brought you into this room full of dicks here to balance your life out a
needed
little
this.
bit.
I needed this. I'm glad I wore my
Swinging.
boxer briefs.
We are too. We are too.
Swinging dicks.
So, got I think we'll touch on this. You had Chicago in your lineup.
Oh, Christ. Yeah, read the stats from Chicago. I'm all morbid.
61 shootings in Chicago over the weekend.
It's Christmas
Over
weekend.
what weekend?
This
Past
weekend.
weekend?
Christmas
weekend?
Here's the funny thing, though. Only 3 deaths out of 61
So far.
shootings.
It's all gang related. Chicago's a war zone.
What are
Well,
they using?
yeah.
Pellet guns?
They have the strictest gun laws in the country.
Harry, you're alive, and you're a horrible shot.
It's hard to hit a
I've never-
target
have you
when
been to
you're
Chicago?
in a moving vehicle.
No.
I've never
that's
been
one
to
city I've not
Chicago.
been
It's a
to.
fantastic city if
You
you're
don't
not
run-
in that part of
You don't run
town.
any cruises to Chicago?
Yeah, you know, to get to cruise the Great Lakes, you just
Right.
gotta
The
go over a few states.
The Finger Lakes.
The Finger Lakes.
Yeah, I would try to compare. I wonder how many Baltimore had. I only saw the headline that Chicago had 63, but they've really passed
That's
us.
in one weekend.
Yeah,
That's
man.
nuts.
The whole city's just in it's a war zone, man. Everybody's got a gun, evidently. Everybody.
So it's the new Detroit.
Yeah, it's the new Baltimore.
Yeah.
We cleaned up ever since O'Malley's March.
I'm looking up Baltimore, actually.
Yeah, I would like to know Baltimore's shootings over there. But isn't that nuts? It's Christmas weekend. 62
61
people
in
got
one
shot.
weekend is
61, 62. It's
No,
fucking crazy.
there's no like major stat coming up. I mean, there's obviously crime in Baltimore.
Are we sure this doesn't include like target practice at the range or something like that?
No, it's no. Yeah, it's no. There's no.
This
Dick
is
Cheney.
criminal shootings.
Well, Baltimore City shootings last year, over 300.
Over 300 in
And
the
we're-
year.
Right, for the year.
And
the
in
year.
one weekend, Chicago
61.
does 62.
Wow.
Kudos,
62.
Chicago.
You win.
And we're on line for another 300 this year.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to lose our crown.
Too late, buddy.
Bodymore, Murderland.
So I mean, yeah. What's that? You say we're on target for how many this year?
300.
All right. Tabulating here.
Is that how Alan Rickman died? Was he shot in Chicago?
What flavor are you
Cacao
vaping
bar.
over there?
Yeah, he was shot by Bruce Willis.
Alan Rickman is
He was
fucking
thrown out
horrible.
he was thrown out of a Sears tower.
It's not Christmas till we see him fall out.
Nakatomi Tower.
That's right.
So that's an average of 25 a month. So they far exceed our monthly average.
Simply having a
And
wonderful Christmas time
Now,
in Chicago.
Maybe
We're,
maybe it's because they were listening to Paul McCartney's Christmas song.
Do you think if Michael Jordan hadn't retired, we would have had this many shootings in Chicago?
Blame it on Michael Jordan.
Do you think if he hadn't played baseball?
2016's not over yet.
Do you think if he hadn't played baseball for those couple of years, that the city would be in the state that it is?
Is that Bo Jackson in that Tecmo Super
Of
Bowl
course,
commercial?
yeah. He was the ultimate techno player with Brian Bosworth, who he trucked in real life. Brian Bosworth was like steroided out and was a highly recruited. The Boz, he was Ohio State, and so Bo Jackson got in the pros and trucked him. That was a really famous play, and Boz is the one that jumps in the car and was like, "Hey, thanks for not running me over."
yeah.
And Bo's like, "Again, Bo knows football."
Bo knows
I
football.
wish it wasn't a fucking Kia Sorrento commercial.
know, it's
because it's
awful.
so
Hard to
nostalgic.
take it seriously.
I loved Tecmo Super Bowl as a kid.
I did too.
It was a great game.
Yeah, it conjures up many memories, and then there's this great commercial, and it's for a fucking Kia
Kias.
Sorrento. Thanks a lot. Trump's gonna change that.
Goddamn
It's gonna be
right.
for a Chevy Accord. 'Cause they're moving all manufacturing to the States.
Hondas are already made here.
Get yourself a
Toyotas are
Chevrolet
too.
Accord, or maybe a fucking Toyota Accord.
So is it? I think it's time for a break. Time for a break.
Your call.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Do a break. Take a PP. Here's a message from our sponsors.
UPS.
Hey, Stefan, have you had to ship any of your packages this holiday season?
I absolutely have, Eric.
Have you used the UPS store in Canton Crossing Shopping Center?
Where?
Canton Crossing Shopping Center. If you need to ship something, they have a pack and ship guarantee. If they package it, if anything happens, you get a full refund, no questions asked.
Well, what if I spent $20?
You get $20 back. do it when I came in.
Shame on you. Yeah, slam it. That's good. Heard that out in the woodshed that she did.
Are we cooking?
Yeah, we're good.
Man,
Are we on live?
we need a light in the room that says on air.
Well, it wouldn't be in the room. It would be outside the door.
Well, we would need one inside too.
Yeah, we
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you,
There's
Mike.
your light. Free
you,
of
Mike.
charge.
We're not asking a whole lot, Mike.
You've got
Thank
two
you, Mike.
thumbs, you got a light.
Who's got 2 thumbs and loves podcasts? This guy.
Alan Rickman.
Yeah, good call.
So, Jeremy,
Yeah,
the burning question.
ask.
What do you miss the most about being actively a part of the Big Timing Comedy production?
Besides our decks, besides our smooth, leathery decks.
It's a tie. The shows and the suggestingly gay photos we took.
They were pretty awesome.
They were
There's a lot
awesome.
of them too.
Yeah, there are.
If you will.
I can't count how many times I've laid across your laps. It's
Suggestingly gay, if you will.
yeah,
With many famous comedians.
many famous comedians
A lot of really famous comedians.
I put you on the spot too.
like Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis, Alan
Josh
Rickman.
Caderna, Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman. Your Yankee Cowboys are laying across my lap.
Don't step on my trench coat.
Sweeney Todd. I'm never coming back here for a haircut, Sweeney Todd.
You left this over here.
Oh, thank you. Did you put lime juice in it? Yeah, come on. Come on, rookie.
You're the bartender.
Come on, rookie.
You're
Yeah,
the
you got a
bartender.
fucking bar over there, though. You took over.
That's how we met.
You're telling me, yeah, it is. You're
That's how
telling
we
me
met.
techniques.
You were
that I
my
don't even
barkeep.
know. You're telling me techniques I don't even know. Put this in first,
Mixing
because then it
is-
mixes with the ice. I didn't fucking teach you that.
Yes, you did.
Bullshit.
Can you touch? Are you allowed to touch
I'm allowed
that?
to touch alcohol.
Okay.
I'm just not allowed to sniff it.
But you're allowed to sniff butts.
Really don't have a choice there, does he?
Nope.
That's all you meant. I thought you were gonna say more than that.
No. I
That's
just enjoy sniffing butts. That's all.
There's nothing wrong with it.
I've just gotten used to it.
There's really
It's
nothing
nothing you
wrong
can
with
really
it.
control.
Smell of ass is like a warm summer's day. That's what I always say. You wake up, you take your shirt off, and you lay down. And when that first ray of sunshine hits you, it's like that first whiff of ass.
And when you do it enough, you can actually smell the thickness of the aroma.
Like what somebody had for lunch.
Yeah.
Like a bean. You all right over there? Ice cubes. Like a bean. Like a nice Chipotle burrito.
What the hell is in that cup?
Spittle.
Oh, is that your spit cup?
Eric
That's my
Dips.
spit cup.
He's a redneck from
got
the
a
Eastern Shore.
Spit cup.
Yeah. He's a dirty redneck from the Eastern Shore, if you will.
You know what? I was gonna go shoot some things and hunt,
If you will.
if you will, but this podcast took priority.
What do you go shoot at 7 p.m.
Ducks,
Well,
if you will.
on a Tuesday night? Beer.
Well, yeah. Thanks, Mike. Could have been
Turkeys, if
Deer.
you
Right
will.
out, right out back.
deer. Well, it's not that I would be shooting them now. It's the fact that you're in the woods at getting dark dusk period of time.
If
So
It's a
And
very scientific thing.
Yeah.
So by the time
You
know,
could say
the
you-
shooting period is over, because you can shoot a half hour after sunset.
You could say you wing it, if you will.
Sure. It has nothing to do with deer hunting, sir. Good sir.
What season are we in right now?
Muzzleloader season for deer?
Muzzle
It's also.
What does that mean?
It's
Just like the
also-
ramrod type thing?
Yes.
That is correct.
Yeah.
What is a muzzle loader?
It's a. I mean, you load it via the muzzle, if you will.
Like a musket?
Yeah,
Yes.
like a musket.
That was the correct usage
Just
of it,
without
if you
the
will,
horn.
Eric.
No horn in the front.
You
Well-
know, like a shoehorn?
No, I mean they have more modern style muzzle loaders. It's not
Why
like
do
the
you- why-
flintlock.
Oh, they still make them.
What sort of weapon is this? Like,
It's
what
a,
gauge?
it's a rifle. It's a 50 caliber.
50
I mean,
cal. That's
the-
a big fucking shell.
Well, it's like the barrel is 50 caliber, but you also have
22.
Do you have to
What's
use
called
like
a
black
sabot?
powder and blasting caps?
well, yeah.
How do you know all this?
Well,
was a
it's
Boy Scout.
muzzle loader.
You were a Boy Scout with a
was a Boy
muzzle
Scout.
loader?
Good
Yeah,
job.
I shot
Hey,
a
how
muzzle
far
loader
did you
when I
get
was
in the
Boy
Boy
Scout.
Scouts?
Not to Eagle.
Oh,
Well, no, I didn't either.
How-
I discovered women.
Were you guys both?
I discovered pot.
I got my driver's license and discovered weed, alcohol, and girls. And I'm like, all
My
right.
next door neighbor made it to Eagle Scouts. You know what he's doing? He's a freaking doctor.
Is Eagle Scout
Worthless.
Is Eagle Scout where you get raped by your scoutmaster?
No,
Which
that's
one,
all. That's
where does
all
that
levels.
occur?
That
That's all
at any
levels.
point in time.
Oh, that's so you guys
Yeah.
were both raped.
If you're
Yes.
lucky
That
enough.
explains
you
a
will.
lot. That explains a lot about you guys. I was raped by my scoutmaster.
I mean,
if
I
you
was
will.
never raped by my scoutmaster, but I know my way around a ramrod,
if you will, if you will, if you will.
if you will. He was a Yankee cowboy.
Yankee cowboy with this ramrod. Just a Yankee cowboy with a ramrod.
No, but that muzzleloader was no joke, man.
Yeah, no. So you
Had
literally
kick to it.
you pour the powder in, and
Yeah.
then the bullet comes in what's called a savage little plastic sleeve.
And you got to put the little white paper thing in
You
there.
don't. No, you don't have to do that. That's like old school.
They made me put it in my mouth and spit on it and then put it in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was that was
That
different.
my
was-
scoutmaster
that was-
fucking with me?
Yeah, it's definitely
That
part
was
of
the
the,
that was the rapey part.
That was for something different.
It happened just before the rod got
you
rammed.
need spit for lube, man.
Hey.
That's just it. All yeah.
Hey, you mind spitting on this? Are we doing guns today? Nah, see you later.
Do you mind spitting on my rod?
Yeah. Nah, no, we're not. See you later, Jeremy. Enjoy the swimming hole.
So yeah, no, you don't need the spittle and the wad for the more modern muzzle loaders.
Okay.
You just
Is that
It's
why
the
would you
powder.
muzzle load it? Why isn't that like dangerously inefficient? Why is that just for old school
That get-
purposes?
well, it's an
It's so they
additional
can
season.
hunt.
That gives the
On
deer a better chance to
December
run.
27th because it's all you're
Yeah,
allowed to
why
shoot
wouldn't you
with
just
right
get
now.
a fucking automatic, semi-automatic?
Because it's
fucking
not the
AR-15?
season. Like there are rules. You have to
There's a
hunt by
muzzle-
the season.
There's a muzzle loading
Do you
season.
bow
Yes.
hunt?
I do not currently, but I have in the past.
Do you own a quiver for arrows?
I do not.
Okay.
I do have a compound
question is
bow though. I have a compound.
Where were you
bow.
going with that?
Yeah, where?
Back to Willow.
They did have quivers.
Oh,
Do you have a quiver?
I'm impressed. I knew the term quiver. 'cause
Quivers,
I honestly
yeah.
didn't expect.
and you
that
did.
to
You
come out of
used
my
it.
mouth.
You used it
Yeah.
correctly.
I'm
You were like the
quivering right
quiver, and
now.
You pointed at your back. Like
I'm
that's-
quivering so much I'm getting moist
In your panties.
in your.
in my panties.
Thanks, Mike.
Boom. Hey, Mike, can we
Mike.
hit the bell? Can we hit the bell?
Let me wake it up
That's
first.
one for you.
Oops, that's not the bell.
It's not the bell.
That was the idiot bell.
Yeah.
That's the right one.
So
For the ramrod.
In the words of Jeremy Hall, yarg.
when all else fails, just go arg, matey.
I am the captain now.
I'm captain now. So Kid Rock and Ted Nugent. Ted Nugent happens to be the.
What is with the strobe light over there, dude?
I'm trying to get my phone fixed.
Hey, just be.
That's
He
a
turned his.
serious
He, at
phone
least
case.
he turned his sound off. I thought you got that fixed.
I thought it did.
You
and-
lied to me.
No, I did.
Stefan,
And
you have
then-
had cell phone
and then-
problems from the day I
Ever,
met you.
dude.
And then 3 days later,
ever.
that started up again. So I wasted.
How many cell
70
phones have you been through in the last 2 years?
At least 6.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
You pay a full price for these things?
sometimes.
Are you serious? 6?
I bought a couple used. Well, not used, but I bought like
Refurbished.
yeah, or unlocked, all that shit. And yeah, I should just have a flip phone because I replaced this one and cashed in the insurance because I dropped the previous one. This is the Samsung S7, not the Note. It doesn't explode, but it's a piece. It's just dog shit if you drop it. I dropped it like 3 feet last time, shattered the screen, unbreakable Gorilla Glass. Thanks a lot, John Samsung. And then so I cash in and they're like, your insurance policy only allows for like one a year or whatever. So I pay a $200 deductible, get this one, put this stupid fucking leather case. It looks like a purse on it.
Well,
And then
it is a purse because it's holding all
yeah,
your
it's holding
credit
my cards. It's actually super convenient. But then I dropped this one like
Technically, it
4
is a
feet.
purse.
Dropped this one 4 feet, and then it's strobe lights. Now just strobe
a
lights. Then I took to
carry-all.
get it
Oh,
fixed.
you got the edge.
Yeah, I took it to get it fixed, and they're like, "Well, let's try this, and if this doesn't work, bring it back." And then
So-
So the guy who drops his phone all the time buys the model where the screen wraps around the entire phone.
correct.
Yeah, smart. So
Because
you were,
I'm flashy.
You were involved when we were doing Roadie Joe's, and he lost his first phone at Roadie
Lost
Joe's.
Dude,
or had
I've
it
lost track of how
stolen?
many times he lost phones.
Well,
but yeah,
but
remember
remember
that time
that,
where he
yeah.
couldn't be found?
Well, yeah, he had yeah,
Dude, we were freaking out.
but
Tell
his
us
phone
about
had
it.
gotten lost.
Yeah, and him.
And him.
I was found.
So I lost him again this past show we did.
Do you remember the hotel wouldn't even tell us the right.
They wouldn't
room
tell us
number.
the room.
They wouldn't tell us his room
I'm
number.
glad they did.
because they thought we were identity thieves.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
And I
look
was
like identity
and I was
thieves.
like, all right, well,
we were guests at the hotel.
You know what you look like? Billy Bob Thornton and that little black elf and fucking Bad Santa. I wouldn't have given you guys shit.
Well, we kept calling down, and they're like, well, we can't give that away. I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to keep calling
I
you to
was
call
busy-
his room.
I was busy banging Josh Caderna, okay?
Was that
Fuck off.
was that that night?
Yeah,
I
that
think
was
so.
the night. That was the night he
I was
shacked
next
up.
to Josh Caderna.
Josh Caderna. They
We,
shared a
I'll tell you what,
king-size
we
bed.
walked home from Rody Joe's and it took us like 2 hours.
And
we were
it's-
so, wait, we were so fucked up, and it's like a 30-second straight shot
It
walk.
is
We're like,
right next to you.
we're like, this town's so complicated. It's like a spoke. This is worse than DC. And we're
It's
so
Salisbury.
we're all
It's
so fucked up.
Salisbury, Maryland.
Yeah, we couldn't find our way to the La Quinta. I couldn't find my way to La
It is
Quinta for the
literally
life
a
of me.
2-second walk.
I think there's only a parking lot.
We were
that's it.
taking
That's
like
it, yeah.
we were taking like artistic photos in an alley at like 2:30 in
Is
the
that what
morning,
they
where I was
call
like
them now?
sprawled on the fucking brick.
Were you the
Yeah.
new pig on his
It got,
calendar?
it got weird. Yeah, it got weird, if you will.
if you will. But yeah, no. So he lost his phone then, and then like 2 weeks ago we did another show there. 3 weeks ago, and he lost it. Well, my phone died, so I'm sitting in the car charging my phone up because I'm thinking, oh, maybe he'll call me or text me, to let me know what's going on. And as soon as I get a charge on it, I start calling him. Finally answers, and I'm like, hey, you son of a bitch, where are you at? And they're like, hey, how's it going? And I'm like, don't you be calm with me. He goes, this is Josh, the manager at Rody Joe. He's like, I'm like, oh, dude, I'm sorry. Did I accidentally call you? And he goes, no, I just found Stefan's phone here.
All right. So meanwhile,
so at least it was with family.
meanwhile,
Well, hold on. His phone was so shitty.
Wait.
What he wanted to steal.
meanwhile, let's rewind. Let's rewind to an hour and a half before. We're in a bar together, if you will, and we're having a great time. All right. And there's these two girls. We're talking to these two girls. And they were really nice. Like we're
Was
not
one of them really into zoos?
just all about it. No, it wasn't her. It wasn't her. No, but we're just talking to these two girls, and they're like really nice. We're hanging out.
Forgot about her.
I have not.
This girl, she came to the show. Whatever, they thought we were fun. And we're just hanging out. We're just talking to them, and then like it gets to be like probably an hour. We're there for like an hour or so, and then like the
This
one
is after the show.
yeah, this is after the show, and the one
We're at a
girl,
different bar.
the one girl's like, I guess wasn't feeling that great or whatever, and we kind of all just walked outside, and I was just concerned. I was like, hey, are you all right? Like, do you have a ride home? Like, or how are you getting out of here? Like, not being creepy, just being nice and concerned. And her friend is like, we're fine. We're fine. Just get away from us. I was like, we've been
This
hanging
is
out.
after you've been hanging out with
Yeah,
them.
for like an hour, like buying shots for each other. I'm like, all right, whoa, easy.
Were you
easy.
drunk?
A little bit. but
Maybe you didn't say it the way
no,
you
I
think
did.
you
You were there. I wasn't a
Well,
dick.
I was paying the tab, but when I walked away, he wasn't like
Well, no.
obnoxious.
No, you
like,
know me.
He
you
was
know
just,
me. I'm
Yeah,
never.
yeah, it's true. It's true.
I'm never creepy.
And he's always in
yeah.
control.
Yeah. So I'm going, hey, are you all right? And
He's
her
always
friend's like, we're
creepy.
fine. I was like, you said you're fine. I'm checking on her. Like, like don't. And then then the bouncer like, they said they're fine, and like grabs me by the throat and escorts me outside. All right.
What
And-
bar
well,
was
outside
this?
of the railing. 'cause
outside of
you
the
were already
railing,
there.
it was Mojo's or one of
Mojo's.
those or whatever. So he escorts me out. At this point,
was
I was
not a
separated
plug.
from everyone. And to answer your question, yes, I was drunk. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna just walk. So I walk back to Rody Joe's.
I went in to pay the tab.
I'm by myself, and then I bump into like 3 people that were at the show. They're like, "You were fucking awesome, come with us." And then I just ended up hanging out
God.
with some
This
randos.
is what happens to Stefan.
Yeah.
He gets carried away.
And that's what I told him.
by
I was like,
strangers.
They swept me
I was
up,
like,
took me to
don't
some other
leave.
bar.
I always and I literally
You
am
don't
like, all right,
always
he
keep
just,
your eye on him because you've lost him multiple
they-
times.
well,
Yeah.
that's my point. Is I literally, that's what I'm saying. Everything was copacetic, and I literally was like, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go pay the tab
Copacetic,
so we
yeah,
can leave.
copacetic, if you will. And then
Is
so
it
I then,
static?
Yeah, it's all right. And then so
Is
I get swept
Did I
up.
fuck that up too?
Yes, you did.
God
It's
damn it!
fine. I get swept up. I go to some other bar. Well, it's like 45 minutes later. They're feeding me shots. We're having a good time, and then I realize I'm starting to like sober up a little bit. I'm like, I don't know anyone here, and there's a little bit of like dance, monkey dance going on, like like this
Tell
was
us
so
a joke.
fun. Yeah,
Do
yeah.
one of your skits.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm starting to get a little more sober, and I'm like, I just don't
Do
wanna
the
be-
Alan
yeah.
Rickman.
Yeah. All right. So I'm like, I gotta get out of here, and I just fucking dip out. And then at this point, I'm so sad. I'm like, oh god, I don't have. And then I start looking. Then I start looking, right, and I'm like, I don't have my phone, which means I have this stupid little fucking purse. I don't have my ID. I don't have my bank card. I have nothing. That's what I'm starting to think. I'm
You
like,
have your
I
hotel
better.
key?
No.
Maybe. I don't know.
think so.
Doesn't even matter at that point. What good would that do me? So then I go back to
didn't know
all
what
I'm gonna do
room.
is all I'm gonna do is eat a pizza with you late night, if you will. So I go.
Please title this episode, if you will.
So then I go back to Rody Joe's. I'm so sad. And I'm like, hey, like, and then Eric, I just somehow run into Eric. I'm like, oh my god! And there
So
he
you
was.
just luckily.
We just bumped into each other,
I was talking
and he's
to
like,
a guy I grew up with.
he goes, guess what I got for you, motherfucker? And pulls out my cell phone. And it was the greatest
in his
night of
man
my life.
purse, in his credit
So
cards,
everything
in
was
his
there.
ID.
All of a sudden, it worked out.
You saved
Yeah.
his life.
Dude, I walked into their little like security room where they have like all the camera, and Josh, the manager, just hands it to me. He's like, "Dude, I can't believe somebody turned this in." With
Better than they
everything
did
in it.
last time.
Well, yeah.
Cash too?
A guy named Jamal.
There was
stole
no
my
cash
phone.
in there.
Yeah, I don't carry cash.
I'm sorry.
Strobe
His
light.
cell phone
Careful,
has
steampunk.
Tourette's.
If you stare at it, you might have a seizure.
It's steampunk.
What the hell is wrong with
It's steampunk. It's an app.
Tommy Simbazo.
you? don't actually have to download it. You just got to drop your phone 3
I
feet
can show you
from
how
the
to
ground.
do it.
Tommy Simbazo told him about that.
If you have an Apple product, it probably won't work.
because Apple
I gotta show
products
you how
tend to work,
gotta show you how to
and they
drop it.
handle a 3-foot drop.
Right.
One thing Steve Jobs did well. I'll tell you, one was not standing by and raising his daughter, but the thing that he did do was make quality pieces.
Oh man!
If you take one thing away from the movie Jobs, it's love
Didn't we lose
your
Steve
daughter.
Jobs in 2015?
Well,
Was
you
it-
guys couldn't produce that. So.
It wasn't on the list.
Maybe he was 2014.
I think it might have been 2014. Mike,
I'm sorry,
Let's
but
refer to
I'm
Mike.
just-
He's pretty knowledgeable.
I don't remember.
Hey,
Oh.
hey, didn't a famous person die
I hate
one year?
Apple.
Didn't a famous person die in another year besides 2016?
When did we lose
We're
Reagan?
grasping. We're grasping now.
Like
I mean-
my boxer briefs.
I mean,
Hey, didn't
I would go ahead.
didn't a famous person die in a year other than 2016? Wasn't that a thing?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Never.
Yeah, no, it happened.
Wasn't George Michael or George Martin or George Foreman?
George Foreman.
George Foreman was like 2013.
George Foreman can't be alive. Is he alive? How many fucking girls has he sold?
a lot.
A lot.
I bought one.
I don't have one.
I had one in college.
I had one in college.
What a post!
Such
I
a
don't know
pain
why.
in
All
the
I ate was
ass.
cup of noodles. But I had one.
we were all so concerned about the fat and cholesterol on our burgers in college. Meanwhile, we're microwaving macaroni and
Do
cheese.
you know
to
what I
fucking
did
get
use
by.
the George Foreman grill one time in college for? The only time I used it? Deer.
All right.
Deer.
Venison.
Eric's down with that.
I know.
He probably hunted one yesterday.
I didn't shoot it.
I'm so
Did
upset.
you
I
hunt
really
it with a
wanted to
bow
go
and arrow?
hunt.
Did
No,
you
I didn't even go on the hunting trip.
did you quiver?
My roommate did and brought
Were
the
you
whole
moist?
thing back. You know what I did do that's really messed up? I love animals. I do, but
Keep going.
no, you
They're delicious.
they
I
are-
do too, on
but,
my plate.
You know, I was 21. We were having a fraternity party at my house. There was all these girls running around.
What'd
It
they
was
call you
Halloween
then?
time.
What'd they
I
call
didn't
you
have a
back then?
costume.
What'd they call you
had
back
just
then?
dressed the deer in the garage. So I put the deer carcass wrapped around my back with the head on top of my head and went running through the house.
You
You
put
are,
a
that is
fucking-
awesome, dude.
You
That's
put-
brave. Wait. What fraternity and what school?
This is OKZ, Frostburg State University.
Nice.
Oh,
What'd they
bro,
call you?
that
What'd
was
they call you back
Sawed
then?
off.
Sawed off. Nice.
Sawed off.
Like a shotgun.
Hard as shit,
That
but
is
short.
awesome.
Yep. I won the hardest pledge of the year
That is.
award.
Why were you the
Hardest
hardest
pledge?
pledge?
What does that mean?
You didn't want to join?
Define
I
that.
was balls to the wall and did whatever they told
Does
me.
hardest mean like
I
I
never
was the
said
baddest?
no or whined about a thing.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
You guys
From a
just,
from a fellow fraternity.
you guys just knuckled up like the most homosexual two men I've ever seen
Hey.
ever.
Hey,
Hey.
Yeah.
it
I
is-
can't believe
it is
he-
what it is. If
I
you
can't
will.
believe you threw on a deer cape and ran through a fraternity house in Frostburg and didn't get shot.
You know what? That was for both you guys. That was really manly, if you will.
Hey.
Just so you know, I wouldn't do that today.
Well,
For
no.
sure.
I mean, how
You're
old were you
sober.
when you did that?
21.
Exactly.
You're
Might
sober
as well
now.
have been 15.
I mean, until you're 27, you're really
It was
not
the
an
same
adult.
year I shit my pants at a bar.
Wow. I did that. I do that like weekly.
I had to waddle home in the cold. It was horrible.
I'm going to tell you guys a super secret story right now. All right. Here's
It's
a
a great
super
place to
secret
tell
story.
a super secret story.
I'm going Christmas shopping last week. All right. I'm driving to the mall. I have to take a shit, but I don't. And I stop off and think I'm gonna have lunch before I go shopping. And I was squeezing, pinching, squeezing, and I was like, "Oh, it's past." So I get up and I'm walking, and I feel something cool in my pants. And it rolls down my pant leg, and it's touching my...
It came out without your knowledge?
Wait, it's touching my thigh. I'm like, what could this be? This is weird. This is really weird. This is really, really weird.
I can count on my one hand what it could be.
So then I walk into the shitter. I say, excuse me, sir. I'll have a water and a menu. I have to use the lavatory. I walk into the bathroom. I pull down my pants, and I run my hands down into my pant leg. Single corn kernel. Single corn kernel came out of my ass.
I have ever heard.
It's got a little bit of poo on it, all right? Just a little bit. Nothing got. It's like not like my pants were all shitty. I wasn't like
Was
it wasn't like
whole kernel?
It was like an uneaten. Yeah, it was.
So it just
Maybe you need to chew better.
Eric.
corn.
It's
a grass.
Eric, I want to admit something
And
to you
not
right
just
now.
like a lot of
Admit
corn.
it.
Kernel.
Admit, please.
At this moment, you know what went through my head?
What?
God is smiting me because of our. We've had an argument on this episode on this podcast for 6
Since
weeks.
day one, actually.
Is corn a
Actually,
grass
this started
or
in
not?
August.
Is it a what?
Eric tells me corn's a grass. Okay. I've disagreed from the beginning.
Oh my God, this is awesome.
I've disagreed from the beginning.
This is awesome.
However, 4 days ago,
If you will.
if you will, I'm in a bar. I feel cool.
He had
Something
a
cool running down my leg.
corn kernel slug trail.
Not only had I shit myself, I reached down into my pants and pulled out a single corn kernel.
Corn. Enjoy it a second time.
That's right. And so I believe that's God telling me
Eric's right.
corn
is
is a grass.
It's a grass.
Yes.
And so, Eric, as 2016 concludes,
I have a win.
I will give you this because I pulled a kernel out of my pants when I, unbeknownst to me, shit it out.
I am praying
This
that
is
I've got clients listening to
Oh,
this.
this
right
is
now.
amazing. And these are the people that you hang
You know
out
what's
with.
even sadder? I'm married and responsible for a human that I created with that person.
I know.
You spent 6 hours building a homemade kitchen.
I did.
Drunk.
And not 2 days earlier, I had shit myself.
Just a kernel.
Shopping for
Just one
said
kernel.
item.
It was cool. That's what tipped me off. I was like, what is this? I couldn't have shit myself because, let's face it, I've shit myself plenty of times.
How
All
does
right.
just the kernel make it out?
That is
don't know.
very intriguing.
How does just the kernel
That's
make
what
it
I'm
out?
saying. It had to be divine intervention.
I can't explain it.
I
any
can't
other
either.
God's
way.
smiting him,
And
I'm telling you.
I'll tell you what, wasn't a piece of broccoli. Okay? This was a solid corn kernel, and if I had been so inclined, I could have rinsed it off and eaten it again. It was that pure. It was that pure of a piece.
Here's a question, though. What did you eat the day before?
I'll give you 3 guesses. They all start with C.
Yeah, the scary thing would be if he hadn't.
Yeah.
No, here's what's funny.
Someone shit my pants.
Well, no, corn's out of season, right? So I'm at my parents' house. 2 nights earlier. They served me a bowl of corn. I go, corn's out of season, Dad. He goes, we got that down at George's in Parkville. And
It's been in the freezer forever.
She goes, my mom goes, it's been in the freezer a year. We shaved that off of a fucking ear a year ago. I go, it tastes like it. It's delicious. And lo and behold, I shit myself and it ended up in my pant leg. Funny how something works out like
So
that.
if you freeze corn for a year, it gets divine
Hey.
powers,
This all comes back to Big Timing Comedy's motto.
which is
Timing is everything.
That's right. So you win, Balls. I defer,
Yes.
if you will.
I got one in 2016, if you will. So, all right. Kid Rock, Ted Nugent.
Oh.
The inauguration is coming up real soon, which
I don't
it's
know
going to be a
anything
hot
about what
topic.
you're talking
I
about.
wanted.
You're going to be enlightened.
Hold on, because I'm gonna pull it up on my
Is
surface.
this who's performing?
So, yes.
So
Have you
so there's
seen
been
Ted Nugent? I don't know how many videos Ted Nugent has made on Facebook Live, but I don't know. He had one after Trump won, and it was pretty amazing.
All right, so we had just done a list of the celebrity deaths,
Yes, we did.
and what I'm gonna pull up next is the list of celebrities. I call this segment "Turned Down for What," because these are the lists of celebrities that have turned down Donald Trump to do his inauguration.
Oh, there's a list.
There's a list.
Juicy.
Trump's inauguration nightmare. All the musicians who have turned down invites. And prefacing that, the two that have accepted, Ted Nugent, Ted Nugent, who does our theme song, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good song.
Stranglehold, baby.
Stranglehold. We like Ted. And Kid Rock, who's an American treasure.
Ted's a big hunter.
And Kid Rock is an American treasure.
Ted won't tour anymore because he'd miss hunting season.
Exactly. That's how hardcore he is.
Keep my cocaine up on a nightstand. I make black music for the white man. I'm a low life. Just one of my favorite lyrics from Kid Rock. This is the guy doing the inauguration for your president. So far, Donald Trump has booked a 16-year-old former America's Got Talent singer named Jackie Evancho, in addition to Ted Nugent and Kid Rock.
He's hitting the A-list on this.
Big time. But now Trump is so reportedly unhappy with his inauguration planning committee's failure to attract top musical talent for his swearing in that the team, led by Celebrity Apprentice producer Mark Burnett, has brought on former American Idol and Dancing with the Stars booker Suzanne Bender to execute a Hail Mary with less than a month left to go.
I don't either, but
Okay,
they booked some big stuff.
Okay, here we go. Is a list of the major talents that have said no to Trump so far. All I want to know is, if Alan Rickman had been alive to see this, how would he have read it? Sorry,
Shit.
kidding. No, I won't stop. Elton John. One of the first names to emerge as a possible performer was Elton John. And he said no. This would be the first American president in U.S. history that enters the White House with a pro-gay rights stance. But Elton John will not be performing his inauguration. Next, I'll give you three. Justin Timberlake, Bruno Mars, and Katy Perry all said nah.
I'm not surprised.
It remains unclear whether actually they were specifically asked by the...
Kanye West said yes, didn't he?
No.
Was
That's
he not
the thing.
asked?
They're boys. No, I'll get to that section in a second after my surface.
Sectioned this list?
After my surface wakes up, I sectioned it. Andrea Bocelli, who is he's the blind Italian tenor, who we've seen many times.
The tenor.
He was taking, quote, too much heat from fans on social media, and so he decided to back out. How about this one? Straight out of Detroit Rock City, Kiss says no to Trump. Asked by TMZ if Kiss would be performing, Gene Simmons and his wife Shannon Tweed said no, before adding, "That's not to say they didn't ask." But that says Simmons described Trump as the truest political animal I've ever seen on stage.
Gene would have done Paul. I don't think Paul was in it.
Paul Stanley?
Yeah,
Paul Stanley?
Wait, you're saying Gene would have?
I
Paul
think so.
Stanley? You think Paul Stanley would have?
I don't think his wife would appreciate your
What, Paul
inference there.
Stanley? Eighth really is just such a guitarist. That's why I recruited Eighth. All right, next on the list.
I agree. That's bizarre to me that Gene Simmons would say no.
Okay. I have the greatest...
I don't think Gene said no.
Well,
because anybody
Kiss,
who says
Kiss
yes,
collectively
anybody
exactly, but
who
that's what I'm
says yes
saying.
is going to catch flack left and
Yeah.
right.
Next on the list. I am the greatest singer in the world.
Adele.
Oh, no. I know who.
Celine
Dion.
The president-elect.
She's still alive.
The grasshopper.
She's banking out in Vegas.
She says no. David Foster, the producer of such hits as Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You and Celine Dion's The Power of Love.
Wait, what?
Turned it down. Washington, D.C. area high school marching bands, go figure.
They said
Dunbar
no.
High School's not
I'm
doing
going
it?
to read this. I'm going to read this. According to NBC News, at least one D.C. public school marching band has participated in the past 5 inaugural parades, but none applied for consideration this year. For some reason, American teenagers just can't get excited about marching down Pennsylvania Avenue to celebrate President Trump. And now, the creme de la creme.
Has nothing to do with the kids.
The creme de la creme. The boys, the friends, the boys in the hood, if you will. Kanye West. Trump's new best friend, Kanye West, has not personally ruled out the possibility of playing at the inauguration. But Donald, he says, quote, Donald is a great admirer of Kanye. We all are, but he is not performing at the inauguration, says Kanye's manager. But that was before the latest news about stars declining Trump's invites began to break. With no one else of note on the books, Trump might need the rapper to keep his inauguration culturally relevant. And if West wants to officially cement his place as the most controversial figure in America, he will rush the stage and throw down an epic version of Famous. We can only hope that Trump will keep his clothes on this time. That's in reference to his video. So there you go, Eric
All right.
and Jeremy.
I did not know this.
All these people dying, and the ones that are alive won't do his inauguration.
Except for Ted Nugent and
Ted
Kid
Nugent
Rock.
Kid Rock.
and rock and roll Jesus himself, Kid Rock.
And some kid from America's Got Talent.
Confession.
Yeah.
I've seen Kid Rock live twice.
Really?
Is he good?
He's great. He's a fantastic musician.
He's got to be. Well, he's got to be a great performer on top of that.
I saw Kid Rock in Atlantic City in the Borgata in their ballroom, and it was like 2,500 people. It was a small show.
Ooh.
He sang on the microphone, then he went and played the piano, then he went and played the guitar, then he sat down behind the drum kit, then he got on the turntables, and then he came back and sang. He's a phenomenal musician. He really is.
It's right up there with Beck.
He's a renaissance man.
He really is. You should watch. There's like, it's not the 30 for 30. It's whatever. The VH1 Behind Music's about Kid Rock. And he was supposed to be Vanilla Ice before Vanilla Ice got the push that he got. And Vanilla Ice was the fake version of Kid Rock, essentially. Kid Rock was from a middle-class family.
Yeah, he
left
wasn't-
it all behind.
And then he changed his name, too,
Yeah,
didn't
he had money. Like, he grew up good. And he left it all to go rap and produce music.
I thought he was
and-
more than middle class. I thought he came from
Nah, he
some
was like
wealth.
middle class. Anyway, there you go.
Respect, as they say in Jamaica. You know how that is, right?
Respect.
Yep. Precisely.
Respect, Yankee
So I'm sorry, Stefan. What did you call that segment?
I called that "Turn Down" for what?
We're gonna keep that rolling.
That was
Hashtag
exciting.
That.
That was.
Yeah. So we've given a lot of enlightenment to our listeners tonight.
So we're gonna do a sports center, or I'm gonna call it the sports corner.
Cool.
I like that it had nothing to do with sports.
Nothing. So Jeremy is a Redskins fan.
Yep.
And everybody else in the room is a Ravens fan.
Yeah, we're both not making the playoffs.
At least the Redskins still have a chance.
No, they don't.
We do.
How?
We do.
How?
But
How do you make the playoffs?
when last night,
Because
when
the Cowboys won.
I was positive that if we beat the Giants this Sunday, we would be getting the wild card playoff spot. But I'm wrong. I found out this afternoon that there is another formula that could happen that would prevent us from getting it. And I had to drive an hour and a half to come here and didn't get to read to find out what that scenario was.
That might have been the most anticlimactic thing you've ever said.
I just realized after I started saying it that I never read the fucking article
Redskins.
to figure out what the scenario was.
Here's the point.
What's the point?
Redskins still actually stand somewhat
Yes.
of a chance.
Yes.
And the
they don't.
Ravens shit the bed.
What are you doing right now?
And they're out.
What are you doing?
I'm-
You just trying to anger
I'm
me?
salty. And I'm
You
bitter
still have
about it.
another game to look forward to.
Shut up, Jeremy.
Why?
It's not over.
Yes, it is.
You have another game
Why?
But it doesn't matter.
to watch.
Who cares?
It doesn't
Not
matter.
I.
Season's over.
Done.
Not I.
Sucks.
Sadly, I guess
You
I'll
left them
be-
too much time. You can't run the ball in with a minute left and then
Time.
explosive.
Clock
offense.
management.
Mike,
I didn't
would you
watch the
say
game. How
time?
much did I lose
Would you
by?
say time is on my side, Mike?
No.
touchdown.
I'll just give you that hint. As a hint.
Too bad.
hinting. I'm hinting at the closer.
Mike, we need your intel on the sports corner.
No, no, you don't.
Just riff.
What kind of intel you looking for? I could give you any you want, but there's nothing to talk about.
Who's your last game against?
Cincinnati of
It's
Ohio?
it's a fucking division game, but it doesn't fucking
That'll
matter.
be fun.
Yeah, it'll be really great.
That'll
Jeremy.
be fun.
It'll be fun to
Do you?
know.
Hey,
Sounds
do
like
the
good
Redskins
times.
re-sign Kirk Cousins?
Not even.
What do you
at
think
home.
of Kirk Cousins?
I love
No?
them. I love them.
Yeah,
Oh,
you should
I
lock
bet
him
they
up
re-
for 7 years
I
and
bet
pay
they
him.
they better.
They're going to.
You're a
but I'm
fan. You're a fan. What do you?
I
want?
love him.
Good.
Yeah.
You should.
I love him.
You
I
have
do.
a real quarterback.
I do.
there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
do.
I enjoyed
But
all of
I
the.
also thought that of RG3 when he started too.
He was a different player before he blew his knee out.
Yeah, he was.
He was.
He
who,
was.
who blew that knee out?
He did. Well, it was
You remember how much he used to run?
He got hit by Nada.
he? Yeah, but
That really.
they put him back in a playoff game. I had him in fantasy that year, and I watched him a lot. He was a
Ooh.
rare bird, and they put him back in that game against Seattle in that playoff game. He was
Mhm.
ineffective for 2 quarters. They shouldn't have trotted him
No.
out there. He told Shanahan, I want to go, I want to play, and he shredded his knee, and he hasn't been the same guy ever since. By the way, he's made
And
a
you know
glass.
what's-
He just had a concussion last week.
You know what's interesting? Remember who the second string actually was to him?
Colt
Was
McCoy?
Rex Grossman.
Oh, it was Rex
It
back
wasn't
then?
even Cousins.
It was Sexy Rexy back then?
Yeah, it was Sexy Rexy back then.
He took Chicago to a Super
Is
Bowl.
that Empire Records?
Rex Grossman
When you said sex?
played in a Super Bowl, and he took the Chicago Bears there before Peyton Manning beat him. Now let that be a lesson to you. Anybody can achieve their dreams.
Yes, they can. Yes, they can. All right. It's about that time for movie quote madness.
Yeah. Are we going to end on movie quote madness tonight?
What
do we got left?
Pretty much.
We're pushing it.
Quote madness sounds
pushing
like
it.
a blast.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Is this a guessing game?
Yeah, I got
So-
last week's. Can I
so-
guess last week's? Because you're going to reveal it, but
we
I'm going
need
to say
we
what
need
it's
the
from.
we need to
Do
cue
the
up
music.
the music, Mike.
Do the music.
You have a theme song.
Do you want the you got to reveal last week's first?
We will, but I
Oh,
thought.
okay.
I mean, I figure when we kick off the movie quote madness, we'll tie in the just like that. Just gives it a little extra oomph.
Oops.
Um,
for pleasure.
So the movie quote madness is I will give a movie quote, and we give the opportunity for our live listeners to guess what movie it was and the character. And then we also have an opportunity for our playback listeners, and they can win prizes like cool T-shirts
Yeah.
or Amazon gift cards,
Nice.
which I think we're due a few of our winners.
We haven't given anybody shit. That's what
We've
that
given
means,
out
if you
some
will.
stuff.
We
We've
haven't
given out
given
some
anything,
stuff.
if you will.
We've given out
We
some
promise you gifts, but we do not deliver.
Just like FedEx. Fucking UPS is great.
Just put it on my tab. So last week, or the last episode, we had the quote, I used to fuck guys like you in prison.
Do you know it, Jeremy?
No.
I do. It's Roadhouse.
No, really?
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Jimmy from
No
Roadhouse.
kidding.
Patrick Swayze later rips his throat out on the
Yes,
shoreline.
he does.
Yep.
On
And
the
then the girl
shoreline.
gets mad at him. And
Yet-
he didn't even start the
yet
fight.
no
And
one
what was the
profit-
line again?
I used to fuck guys like you in prison.
Wow. That's a
Patrick-
powerful line.
Patrick Swayze rips his throat out in front of Brad Wesley, yet there's no charges pressed.
It's
Well,
Road-
exactly.
It's Roadhouse.
And what
It's
was
the male dirty
what was
dancing.
the what was the lady friend's name there? Do we remember that? I don't remember.
Genevieve.
She used to get. She got. That's the
Missy
part I did
Grinkowitz?
not.
I think it was Missy Grinkowitz. back in the 80s.
Why do I have a feeling this week's movie quote is going to involve Matt Mardigan? Is
No.
that how Will is
It
saying?
won't.
Just guess Willow and you got it.
But
Just guess Willow. It's the only fucking movie he's watched in the last month.
But the last show we had Kim Stanton and Aaron Jillick. Yeah, it was a tie. So, could I get the bell? They're both winners. It's the only time that's ever going to happen. So this week's movie quote is, "No regrets. That's my motto. That and everyone Wang Chung tonight."
Everybody Wang Chung tonight. You can't guess.
You can't guess.
I know.
It's for the listeners.
Yeah.
It's for the listeners.
I'm going to go with Amistad.
Oh, not Lincoln this time?
Yeah, I'm going Amistad. Go with Amistad.
Again, that is no regrets. That's my motto. That and everybody Wang Chung tonight.
Amistad.
So, for the live listeners, if there are any still there,
You guys want to steal
How do
my
you know
answer?
when they're guessing?
They can type
it
it.
comes up on the live chat.
Jeremy,
feed.
we have this thing.
Only I'll see it because that one died.
Oh,
We have this thing over here called the internet.
interweb.
You might even
I've
use
heard
it.
of this
You might even use it sometime when you're booking a cruise. Say
Yeah, you could.
you could. People could just
Or
do it
to
all
look up, what vegetables are running down the back of your leg.
Could.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go corn.
Corn.
Acorn. Acorn.
Deer like to eat acorn.
Let's get out of here. Let's wrap this up. This is a sad episode.
People
It all
died.
started with Willow.
I shit myself for talking about Willow, and a bunch of people died. Let me sum this up.
And I stumble on where I live.
You don't even know where you live. Do you live with Missy? Well, I
That's
could.
a loaded question.
Yeah, I could.
For the listeners, we are working on getting Missy Grinkowitz on the show.
Yeah, you
and that
should.
is Jeremy's better half.
And,
Screw the
and
listeners.
if we
What
could,
about me?
For Mike. If she doesn't come home you'll know where to find her.
She will not be in the woodshed.
Thank
Gonna
God.
pamper her with pillows and
Mike's got an insulated chamber for her. He's been preparing for the last 6 years.
pumping
Mike looks like
solid-
that type of guy.
Solid oxygen.
Alan Rickman as Buffalo Bill. It puts the lotion in the basket. Yes, I mean Harry Potter.
You had a couple of birthdays here. You had one you wanted to give a shout out.
I got to give a one shout out. He called me yesterday. He's a Christmas baby, and I missed it. But I'm going to say it to him now. One of my best friends in the world. He's been to like 90% of our comedy shows. And he
was
listens every
listening.
week.
Yeah.
Eric Frazier, I wish you the happiest of birthdays.
Happy birthday, Eric.
Happy
Frazier.
birthday,
And I'm going to
Doctor.
come see you real soon.
What was his birthday? Christmas Day?
Christmas Day. He's a Christmas baby.
Doctor.
And also Matthew Levin, his wife, his beautiful wife, Elizabeth
Yes.
Brink Levin, also a Christmas baby. She doesn't listen, and probably neither does he. Happy
but
birthday,
I see
Libby
him
Brink.
frequently.
Libby Brink, happy birthday.
Yes.
And folks, for $1 a month, you too could have your birthday listed on this podcast.
Exactly. We have
If
one.
you will.
We have one coming up because we don't have another episode here for a couple of weeks.
Taking a break?
Well, we do every other week, so
I am the captain now.
surprised you didn't know that. My old man, Big Al.
Big Al.
His birthday
Father
is
of Eric.
the last day of the year, the 31st.
Wow.
I call him
Taking him to Alaska again?
Not this time.
I call him the Sycadere man.
Not this time. He is the Sycadere man.
He's like the Wicker Man.
He
but
is
the
the
Sycadere
he
man.
is the deer hunter.
Sure is. We love you. Al.
He makes a fine
Hey, Big Al.
game dish.
Your
Hey,
dad's a
Big
good
Al.
guy.
Hey, Big
I
Al.
like your dad.
We
Yeah.
love you. 1, 3, guys. We love you. 1, 2, 3.
We love you.
Let's get out.
All right. Other than that, if you have a birthday wish that you would like to send
Text hashtag Orioles.
for a loved one, a friend, or
For letters
hell,
for
even an
Casey
enemy,
Kasem.
send it on in. We'll give him a shout
If you will.
if you will. So don't forget to follow us on Facebook. We're getting close to that 1,000 followers.
Yeah.
Nice.
Real close. We're real close. I think we're almost damn near within 50. So
We have one more, and then your like could change it. Your like could change the world.
follow us on Twitter at Big Tabby Comedy. We're also on Instagram, and don't forget to become a patron.
Yeah, Patreon.
Good night. Nectar Sunglasses at nectarsunglasses.com. I like them on my face. Do you like them on yours?
Yes, I do.
I also like their t-shirts. You got any in your closet?
Some of the finest t-shirts known to man.
Our listeners should take some of those t-shirts home with them, too. If they used the comedy code at checkout, they could get 25% off their purchase.
25% off?
25% off. And I tell you what, when we wear our sunglasses after a long night on the road,
Yeah.
it blocks that sun like
Like a hot knife through butter.
there you go. You like it.
Nectar Sunglasses will pollinate your face.